Hey everybody, how's it going? It's Michael Suruhas, the community manager and voice actor for Insurgency, also known as Mikey in game and on Steam. How are you today? Saturday afternoon. Good to see everybody chiming in on the chat. We're going to be checking out the Tactical Rebalance Mod today with its creator, AndyBroski, who's with me here today. Andy?
Hello.
How you doing today?
I'm great, you?
I'm doing well, and I'm excited to check out what you've made here. So, for the Tactical Rebalance mod popped up on the Steam Workshop maybe 2 weeks ago, I think. And around then is when you made your Reddit post, is that right?
Around a couple weeks before I put it up on the workshop.
Okay.
Yeah.
Cool, yeah, because what we did is we saw your Reddit post, and we were like, and we were like looking at that big impressive chart you did of the rebalance damage model. And yeah, then it popped up, and you know, it's pretty cool. Can you tell us a little bit more about it, though, for people who aren't familiar with it?
So Tactical Rebalance Mod introduces some tweaked damage values to vanilla Insurgency, and also takes advantage of the one of the beta features included in the theater system called Free Aim, and that is extended into the aiming down sight system. So the same kind of free aim you get from hipfire is now in iron sights.
Exactly, and that's you can see that in some other games that have been out, Red Orchestra, I believe, and even Infiltration. Like if you go way back to the Unreal Tournament, like the UT99 engine and stuff, and that's so basically like when you're aiming down your sights. Normally in Insurgency, it's all connected, you know, it's fixed to your screen, but now it's like this. As Andy says, just like when it's in free aim, you know, you can move your weapon around independent of your actual view, you know.
Exactly. So this mod sort of tries to harken back to those kinds of games.
Right, exactly. And it's interesting because like it draws the view model kind of draws it out, I guess you could say. Like
yes, exactly.
Yeah, like the FOV is higher, I think. Like your sight is, or your eyesight
Fucking
is further away
sway
from your
recoil,
sight.
man.
Yeah, there's a 0 right here.
Like, I had to go sniper just so I could shoot people.
Is saying you can't handle the sway. It's hard, isn't it?
Yeah, exactly. It's crazy.
What do we want to do next?
Bro,
Bro, he says.
like, I mean, I've had to sprint a click and a half across open fields and shoot, and I still wasn't swaying that much.
So you think the sway, because part of what we're doing today is we want to get people's feedback. You think the sway is a bit too much, specifically
Bro,
after sprint?
excessive as shit.
Yeah, that's way too much.
All right, well there's your first bit of
one thing. Yeah.
yeah. I've only played it a little bit. You know, Andy and I popped in on a server together on Ministry, and we were just shooting each other in the back with different armor types and like trying it out. So I've yet to experience it enough to give proper feedback. But a big part of what we want to do today, guys, and I see more people coming in the chat. Hello. Is we want to get more feedback on this. This is just like all the other mods that we featured, really. It's all a work in progress, and the feedback is what makes it better, naturally. So if you guys want to join up, I'm putting the server IP into the chat right now. Brightside actually already put it in the chat. Thank you, Brightside. Brightside's one of our animators. He's sitting in. If you have any animation-related questions, you can feel free to ask him those. But yeah, so we're gonna check it out. We're on a 32-player server. It's 10 people right now, so everybody who wants to join is free to join. And give your thoughts to Andy. You know, this is a very, like there's a lot of differences, and some of them are subtle, some of them are dramatic. So it's one of those things that requires a lot of testing, and it's just very feeling both. It's not like you're throwing in a bunch of like weird weapons that make huge changes. You're fundamentally changing. Huge changes to like damage and stuff, you know, huge significant, I guess what I'm trying to say is more obvious changes. These are like fundamental mechanical changes, not just like, oh, this weapon which might unbalance things. He's really changing the foundation of like the aiming system and of the damage, you know, and that affects everything. So bottom line is it's good to have more eyes on it. So I'm going to use a shotgun and see what shotguns are like.
Shotguns should feel a lot easier to use compared to the vanilla. At least I think. They're just you just hit in more places now. I kind of just spread out the bullets a little more, so you end up hitting the limbs more than just having like an accurate slug.
Right. Yeah. It is. Yeah. It's more spread on the pellets, is what you're saying.
Exactly.
Cool. Well, I'm on alpha now. Ah, okay. Let me just. Oh.
And I just got you.
Did you get me? Was that you?
Exactly. I saw you
Damn.
doing a combat slide down there.
Yeah. Did you slow down the slide? It feels a little slower. But I'm not
Yeah,
sure.
I slowed it down a bit.
Okay. Cool. Cool.
Something I'm also figuring out how to manipulate, because I feel like
Yeah.
sometimes it might be a little too slow. So
Yeah,
I'm just-
you know, people don't like. I like how it's slow because it doesn't feel. For everything else that you're doing with the mod, like you're trying to slow down the, you're trying to make people more fatigued. You're trying to make aiming more difficult to do in general. You know what I mean? I think that a slower slide fits with that. So I'm okay with the slide as it is now. Because think about with the free aim, like maybe it's just taking some getting used to, but it does make aiming harder in general.
Definitely. That's one thing playing around with the damage model and the time to kill, is that if I'm making it harder to shoot, is all the damage manipulation I'm doing, is it making it any better, for example? Because like we talked about having a higher time to kill. Is that
Right.
due to the damage or the fact that it's just way harder to aim now?
That's
the
actually a very
thing.
good point. Yeah, it does and I said that in the post. And let me kill this guy. Bam! Now see, look at this wiggly ass shot. I'm all over the screen right now, and it's interesting. Again, like I'm reminded of infiltration, not just with the free aim, but also the FOV is drawn back, so you have more visibility. There's a guy.
Exactly.
I gotta wiggle. It feels so wiggly. I don't know how else to describe it. He's over here.
It's probably because of the sensitivity too. I know a lot of people have such severe
Whoa.
problems. Oh, whoa. Oh, hello.
Oh, Andy!
Okay.
Oh no, your poor chin. Oh no! Yeah, the free aim's something. I like it.
Yeah.
It's just like that exchange wouldn't have happened, I feel, in regular Insurgency, because
Because one of us would have just died instantly.
right, yeah, and I don't think it's just I don't think it's just because it's a matter of getting used to. It's also just fundamental, like you're dealing with two different motions basically, the motion of your head and of your weapon and of your eyes. I guess is what I mean.
Yeah, exactly.
Brightside has said in the chat that it was my birthday yesterday. Yes, it was. I turned
Oh,
25
happy man!
yesterday.
Happy birthday!
Thank you, Andy. I had a good night. I watched the kung fu movie with some friends. You a fan of old kung fu movies?
Yeah, definitely.
You like Jackie Chan?
Yeah, his stuff was pretty old, but they were
Yeah.
pretty enjoyable as well.
We watched Project A. It was good shit.
Nice.
Some excellent choreography in that. Oh, I just threw C4 and it didn't seem to go as far.
Oh,
Is that
that's
so?
one big
Okay, yeah.
change.
Definitely,
I've
yeah.
recognized with your new physics system that you implemented for your thrown explosives that I could shot put a C4 across a building, and I'm like, especially if I like time a jump while I throw, and that's the same. It also applies to the grenades, so I'm like, I'm not sure about this.
Right,
Considering
right.
the huge amount of damage and the area of effect, I decided to just drop it way down, make it feel more like a planted explosive.
Right, yeah. And I could tell that. It took me off guard because I went to like huck it out a window and it just pooped out. And I was like,
Yeah. You want to do that? Get a grenade.
right, exactly. And that's good. I think that fits with everything else that you're trying to do. You're trying to make everything's just kind of harder. I guess might be that might sound a little misleading, but that might be a good basic way to explain it.
Of course, a lot of people are complaining about the sway, at least on the security side. I'm playing Insurgent right now. I'm probably gonna switch sides and see how it feels there. But keep in mind, I've been playing this by myself with bots for like over a couple months, and so I'm
Yeah.
pretty used to all the sway and all the free aim right now.
Right, right. So
So-
when did you go on? Yeah.
All right. Well,
I was just gonna ask, when did you say you've been playing with bots the past couple months? When did you actually start development on the Tactical Rebalance Mod, and what gave you the idea in the first place?
I basically started at least the conception of this like I guess middle last year.
Really?
When I started experimenting with the theater system, and I saw a lot of he's on your development team, Jared Bayou.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, I saw his theater files on his GitHub, especially with his Insurgency tools website.
Right.
How it defines all the different stats for the different weapons, all the convars in the game, all that sort of stuff. I decided to
Yeah, he's
take
done
a
a
look
lot
at
of cool stuff.
Yeah, I decided to take a look at the theater system and play around with it. And I saw a couple things in Insurgency that I thought I could like tweak this, maybe change that, make a different style type of game, and it just kind of expanded from there.
Right. And as far as the free aim thing, I do want to take a moment to explain. This is something that we put into the game officially. And,
yeah, I was very happy about it when I read it.
Yeah.
Read it in an update.
And it's still in beta testing phase. Like, I believe there's a couple weapons that are a little anomalous, like the AC-556X wonky, and full auto pistols in this system act wonky. But aside, look at this. I'm spectating a guy. It's so funny to watch people get into gunfights because they're like not used to the guns acting this way, so they keep missing.
Yeah.
The time to live has increased, it seems. Because
we keep missing each other.
yeah, exactly. It's cool. I like it. But yeah, I forgot what I was saying. I was laughing at that. Oh yeah, the free aim. So yeah, we put that into a beta version. We were playing with it, and it's enableable via a CVAR.
The theater file.
Sorry, yeah, through the theater file. My mistake. It's enable. You can enable it through the theater, and you can it does what you're seeing here for people who are joining us late. When we say the free aim, we're talking about the free aim when you aim down sight, where your gun is disconnected from your view, just as it does right now. Like you can observe me right now. Here, I'll take a pistol out, where I believe it's more dramatic. So yeah, see, that's about the same as the shotgun, I guess. But see how my sights are moving with it? Actually, no, looking down, look, this sight picture right now is reminding me of that game Receiver, made in that 7-day FPS contest.
Oh,
the guys
that's one big thing too. I really like that game.
Yeah, it was great. They had like 26 different buttons for manipulating the weapon. Turn the safety on, turn the safety off, reload, or no, not even reload. Take the magazine out, put a magazine back in, put a round into the magazine in your hand. It's just very interesting, very cool.
You just spend hours just playing with the reloading system.
Yeah, and it felt cool. Like they had a revolver and they had like a Glock and a 45 pistol. It was very neat. So yeah, that's the free aim that we're talking about. And for people who are joining us a little later, my name is Michael Surhas. I'm the community manager and voice actor for Insurgency. These are our official Insurgency live streams we host every Saturday at 3 p.m. Eastern. And we always have a guest. And our guest today is AndyBroski, who's the creator of this mod that we're trying. The Tactical Rebalance Mod, which features things such as we've been saying, the free aim, which you're seeing right now with this MP49 gunner, where the weapon moves independent of the screen. Oh, a little jumpy. Negative, he says. It also features a couple other things: a tweaked damage model, new attachments, new armor. So actually, speaking of the armor, yeah, and that's a good example. Mr. X here with the MT49 just got killed by an insurgent with a helmet on. Can you explain a little bit what the helmet signifies and what you changed to that armor?
The armor, since armor's a really big player now, since you can't just equip AP all the time and then one-shot kill through armor anymore, I decided to have a little signifier to, if someone's wearing armor, if you're wearing medium or heavy, you have a helmet on your character model.
Right.
So that basically signifies, oh, this person's wearing medium or heavy armor. I better be careful where I shoot him.
Exactly, and just to be clear, that does not mean that the helmet will stop around, right? The Insurgency's hitboxes are such that the head is one big hitbox. So if you were to do that, like if you were, see this guy right here, he has a helmet on. That means he has either medium or heavy armor on, which shows your teammates and shows the enemy what they're wearing. But like, you can still shoot him in the head or the face, and it'll still be like a one-hit kill, pretty much, always, because it's the head. And yeah, but it won't stop around, because if you made it where it stopped around, that would mean you could shoot him in the mouth, and he'd be fine, because there's only one great big hitbox. I say great big, but it's really just the head.
Yeah.
I'm putting C4 in there, look out.
This is one little limitation
Get back!
regarding the engine, I guess.
What's that? Sorry.
Lucky.
Ouch.
Hey, we need more guys. We're running low on reinforcements. Loading.
We still have 12 slots open. If anybody else would like to join us here, check out this this Tactical Rebalance Mod. We'll be playing various different modes of 32-player PvP. Right now we're playing Push Station.
Station? I think it was verticality.
Oh, I'm sorry. I saw the snow. I meant verticality. Sorry.
This is all we've got. We're out of reinforcements.
I just changed the variable for, so we're gonna switch teams after the second round.
Okay, cool. Yeah. So we got it. Ow! What team are you on right now?
I'm on Insurgent right now.
Cool. Jeez, it is really hard to shoot people.
Yes, especially with certain weapons. But I think we discussed this with the like beforehand, before the stream,
Yeah.
in the ministry meetup. There are different sensitivities to the guns right now. At least it feels like it. Like the AC 556 and the FAL, I think, are the biggest offenders of this.
Mhm.
And I think it has something to do with the view model, but I'm not sure. I'm not sure how the frame works. But it's just weird because some guns feel perfectly fine, the others just feel way too sensitive. So
You say the FAL feels really sensitive? So
the FAL feels really sensitive to me, at least, as well as the AC 556.
Good round. Well, yeah, that's something that we could try out. Yeah, it did. I do. Yeah, when we were playing the other day, I did notice a couple things that felt a little weird, and maybe that's something that we can look into on our end.
Loading.
Look at you rocking the scoreboard, Andy.
I need cover to load.
Only because you made it. No fair.
Yeah.
Mime Poison in the chat asks, how can I get the IP? Just join. All you gotta do is ask, brother. There you go. There's the IP. You can feel free to join. If you guys have any questions about Insurgency in general, or about this mod, feel free to ask. Brightside, if we could actually get some links to the workshop mod itself, that would be good. You guys can connect directly and auto-download the mod. There's no issue there. But you can also subscribe if you want to stay up to date and avoid potential conflict issues.
Yeah, I'm always updating this. I think I set out like every single day since I released this mod to the live stream. I've released at least one update and changed one thing.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, so the most recent change was, I think, 3 days ago. I made the stamina drain when you're sprinting less heavy, as well as reduce the sway speed by at least 30% overall.
Oh, really? I see.
Yeah. So the sway used to be worse than what is right now.
Yeah, for Zero, who was talking about that.
Yeah. Also, I'm using another sway style. I know in vanilla Insurgency, you implemented random noise. I used the regular Insurgency mod style, which is following a specific mathematical curve. I think it's called Legasis. I don't know how to pronounce it.
I see. That's what the sway. By that you mean you're referring to when you're aiming down the sight.
Yeah.
You pull up your sights, right? Okay.
When you pull up your sights, and when you have it by your hip, it still follows the sway, but just it's less noticeable.
Okay, interesting.
So that could also be a cause of it. I'm thinking of changing the sway from following that regular curve to just following the noise and see how that works. Because I think maybe people are just more used to just having the random noise.
That's possible, yeah, because when the, I don't know the effect of it, but when you sprint and you aim down your sights, you're gonna rock more, you know? And maybe the people don't like the rocking, when it's in a pattern, because the pattern, like, seems too dramatic. I see what you're saying. Yeah, I know what you mean. I think, yeah, I don't know. Maybe it's just the sprinting. It feels okay to me. I heard Zero and Ray Hawk, who are playing with us now, so they didn't like it, but...
It's possible.
Yeah, I just sprinted a bunch and now I'm feeling it. I guess that could be a bit much. But like you're going for a different thing here. You want it to be where if you sprint really fast, and you pick up your sights. Like, it's a balance thing. Like, you need to be a little slower. You're trying to force slower play, and that's fine, you know?
I think one thing, though, is that it just takes a lot of getting used to, honestly.
Also
Because
that,
it's just
yeah.
the free aim and the different sway style is just something totally different from regular Insurgency.
Definitely. And I should say that this mod... I should say that this mod is totally compatible with co-op as well.
Yeah,
You know,
indeed.
the same aim system, the same new weapons, the same damage model. I'll show you some of those new weapons in a minute here. Maybe in the maybe after I die. But yeah, you can play this on. Yeah.
The M93R and the Sketch and APS.
Right, exactly. Now I don't believe. Yeah, I'm demolitions right now. So let me see if I can change.
It's available to the Specialist and the Designated Marksman and the Sniper.
Cool, cool. Let me find it. Yeah, M93R. Wait till you guys see this shit. So you can see, you can see a couple different things here. You've got extended magazines, so you have 20 rounds instead of 15, and then you have like HP and AP versions of that. So we're gonna try HP extended. Now, this is on burst, so hold on to your butts. You can see the free aim with the M9. Wiggly wiggly. Crap, dude. Ah, rats! I gotta be more diligent. Funky Monkey says, do you need Tactical Rebalance Mod to join? If so, can I get a link?
No.
You don't. Yep. You can auto-download it. You might as well subscribe to it to stay up to date, and it'll avoid any potential conflict issues. But, and thank you, Hellsponge, for putting the link in there. But yeah, you could just connect to the server. It's no issue. It'll auto-download everything. I connected today and just to test it, and it worked just fine. So, that's the M93R.
That thing kicks.
Yeah, it really does.
If you see, like, your blast bullet goes way off target.
Yeah, I'm firing across the street in Bravo. And
Yeah.
Just fucking, just filling it up, dude.
Bravo.
Shit.
Oh, shit.
I gotta.
My recommendation is pull down.
Yeah, no, pull down. Nice, we got it. So let's see. Let's see if I can.
Are you sure about that? Fuck no.
I don't know what I think I'm doing firing at that range with a M93R.
The free aim.
Jaeger Rub says, what is the IP? Here you go. The IP for you right there. Lord Excalibur says, I love this mod, so awesome. Well, there you go, Andy. You've got a fan.
Well, thank you. Gotten
So
plenty of praise.
So tell me, what do you have planned for the future? I know you're balancing some stuff with suppression and maybe fix up like certain weapon sway, but generally speaking, what are some of your bigger goals and what do you have coming in the future?
I'm thinking more weapons. Not really main weapons, but more pistol variety. I'm thinking
really?
of adding a Tokarev and a Desert Eagle.
Cool. A Desert Eagle would be, that thing's gonna
That-
fucking kick. I
Yes,
assume.
definitely. That thing's gonna kick, but it's also going to kill.
Right.
That thing's
And-
going to be loaded with standard 50 caliber,
There you go.
straight off the bat. But that thing's also going to kick.
And
And
that
that's gonna
recoil
be-
will be, yeah, go on.
That's going to be probably a security weapon, and the Tokarev a insurgent weapon.
Now, how are you gonna balance those? Because the Tokarev is gonna fire a much smaller caliber. I guess it won't kick as much.
I'll probably make the Desert Eagle cost a little more. It also has that higher kick. Tokarev doesn't cost as much, but I think I will also make it sort of like you're just having a handheld rifle, I would say. just because from the size of the bullet and what it shoots. They're both going to be. I'm just with those two pistols. I'm aiming for the concept of high damage pistol, but high recoil. So it
Yeah,
can
and I
pierce
think
through
that
armor
fits.
easily.
I like that idea of like a real expensive pistol, because all our pistols, you know, they're the same. The 93R is 2 supply right now, right?
Oh, I'm sorry.
Is the 93R 2 supply? Yeah, the 93R
Yeah, it's
is
2
2
supply.
supply. So the Desert Eagle be 3, I guess?
Desert Eagle will probably be 3 or 4. Depends on how powerful I make it.
I like the idea of the Desert, like, I'm not a big fan of the Desert Eagle in general, like, it's not something I would use, because it kicks so much, you know, and it's just like a ridiculous weapon, but I like it in this mod. I feel like it would really fit, because you can really show the
depth of this.
the depth of the
theater system.
recoil. And, oh yeah, that too. But also just like the recoil, you're really gonna feel it when you fire it in free aim iron sights, you know.
One thing I think is a little bit jarring, though, at least from some people that are playing this right now, is that if you notice, if you have like a long period of sustained fire without going out of your sights, you'll notice that your screen is moving up with the recoil, but not your weapon. So what ends up is that you have to pull your weapon all the way down to the bottom of your free aim distance you have on your screen, and that makes it a bit awkward to shoot. So I think that's one thing that you guys on your end can try and see what you can do about.
Can
Because
you describe that again? I'm not sure I know what you mean.
so when you shoot, your screen moves, but not your weapon. Your weapon stays in the same place relative to your screen. It doesn't move with the recoil.
Right.
So the ideal system for me would be to have the weapon move up, so you have to account for that instead of just your screen. Think of it as like your hand staying in the same place, but your head moving up whenever you shoot.
I see. Yeah.
I think I
Okay,
made
yeah.
a detailed post about that in the beta
Yeah,
branch.
beta branch? Oh, okay, cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was something that Andy and I were talking about, is he was giving us some general feedback, and
At least
in
an
the beta branch
implementation
bunch.
of the free aim system.
Right, yeah. And that's good. Again, I thank you for making that post. I didn't check it out yet. I didn't know you had made it, but I will look at that, and I can pass it on to others. Did you record that video as well that we were talking about? Of the,
Yeah. Shows the differences
perfect.
between shooting your pistol in vanilla and shooting your pistol in the mod with free aim enabled. Because it also produces different results too. If you're using a pistol, I would suggest not spraying, because your shots will just go wildly off target, at least compared to vanilla.
Right.
Find myself pacing around the main insurgent spawn while I answer these questions.
Yeah. I hear you, brother. Ah, shit. They're by the... Oh, you're not on my team, are you? They're on, like, the left of that van. So on the right side, left of the van by that wall. I gotta get freaky deaky on this one.
Moving to Delta.
Shit, did I DK you, Mike?
So yeah, this is also available in co-op. So you can, if you run a listen server with your friends, you could also use this mod,
It's all good,
as
dude.
well
You
as
did,
just
you did not
any
TK
general
me.
public co-op server.
You just
And
clipped
I
me a
also
little bit.
included a couple new things in co-op, such as new enemy
I
types.
took some tab.
Oh, really?
Yeah, specifically, I made... Most of the insurgents have at least light armor, but light armor doesn't really protect you against much, except for just pistols.
Right.
So if you're using any standard round from a carbine weapon or rifle, just that'll just punch right through. But for the most part, I added like 2 new classes. One is I call the Saboteur, but it uses the Sapper model. He has hollow point rounds, a silencer, and he has flashbangs.
Very cool.
And another scout who doesn't have any armor, but he's using MP40 as well with hollow points and flashbangs as well.
I like
So-
that. Yeah.
Those add a different dynamic to it. Sometimes you get flashed out of nowhere and then you die and you have no idea what happened to you. That was probably the Saboteur scout.
Oh shit! I think I blew myself up. Did I blow myself up? I fucking it looked like it went in the window on my screen. That looked like a pretty good throw. I'm gonna call bad throw on that one. I'm gonna accept responsibility for that. Draman76 in the chat says, just bought the game today and I like it, even if the bots are kicking my butt at the moment. Yeah, they ain't easy.
Yeah, especially with this mod, it's only gonna get harder.
Yeah, cause like you're not gonna be able to aim at them, and
They don't
I'll be
suffer the same deficits as the regular players with the free aim and the sway.
Right, right.
You can think of it as like Insurgency hard mode.
Now, if I have a, and I'm about to get one here. If I get a foregrip for my weapon, that's going to change things, isn't it? It's going to change.
Reduced vertical and horizontal recoil, as well as reduces your free aim distance. So it brings your weapon closer to the screen. Makes it
Right.
more of a better CQB weapon, since if you like try and like immediately snap to a corner, your weapon's not going to be all the way to the left.
Right, right. You can turn without like going all the way to the left.
Yep.
Yeah.
Nice model partner weapon.
I'm loading.
C-Man in the chat says Insurgency hard.
I mean that if you want that. More
It feels it does feel that way in a way, and I think it's a combination of like not being used to the weapon stuff, but also just plainly because like it's harder to aim like that. you know?
Indeed.
It's cool. And we'll have I think what we'll do is just like I said with Gypsy when we streamed with Gypsy. When we streamed with Gypsy's custom theater with all his custom weapons and craziness. We did the co-op, but we'll do a PvP version of that, and we'll also have to do another one here, Andy, of this with co-op, you know, checking that out. And then I'll give you some time to like flesh it out. Maybe you can add that Desert Eagle, you know, and the Tokarev, I think you said, and yeah. So we'll dedicate an entire stream to the co-op. You know, for now, we want to really show off the PvP. Hellsponge says, "Wow, recoilless AKM." Well, that was because I was pulling the mouse down, as Andy suggested, as I was firing full auto with the AKM.
Yeah, it creates a weird effect.
Oh shit!
It feels like it's recoilless, but if you don't pull down, your aim's gonna be way off target.
Yeah.
But that's just one caveat with the free aim system. Is, as I said, your head moves up, but not the weapon.
Right. Oh, they're pinned. Now you increase the suppression effects, right? Because I get wicked
Indeed.
suppressed like all the time.
Especially from machine guns. If you get like suppressed, your sway, radius, and speed will be about 20 times as normal. So it's incredibly disorienting.
Yeah, which is good.
I also tried to experiment with flashbangs and trying to make them suppress in that way too. Having trouble, trouble to really make that effect happen. Because I like the blinding, but I want to make more like a stun grenade, you know?
Yeah, and that's something that we talked about. Maybe not with like slowing down movement, if that's what you mean by stun grenade. We've actually talked about possibly rebalancing the flashbangs before. We're not sure what we would do or how we feel about it, but that's something we have discussed.
My suggestion would be just to make it so that the sway, just to increase the sway if it explodes anywhere near you, like adds a suppression effect.
Yeah.
Because a lot of times, like if you're like watching a corner and a flashbang pops right in front of you, you could just still spray that
Get
corner
on it.
and be reasonably accurate.
Flash out.
Damn it, they got Bravo. We're falling back down. They just took the objective.
I see someone Expo controller asking if foregrip is a must. If it depends, really. A lot of times I like not using a foregrip because I like the extra room I get with the free aim. Because in this you can lower your sights if it blocks your view, and then bring it back up as soon as you see someone.
They are taking Charlie.
Yeah, it's true.
So I think it's a really more of a stylistic difference. Makes
Yeah.
using the M4, M16 sights way easier, I think.
I agree.
So-
Yeah, that's an interesting point you make. I hadn't thought about that, but bringing your sights up, yeah, is like less disorienting, I guess.
Then just like lowering your sights while your aim's just centered at your screen, because then you're just nullifying like half of your view angle. So I usually do that whenever I'm using the M16 or the M4. If I'm using regular sights, I just drop down I dropped down my crosshairs to the ground, so I could get a better view of what I'm looking at. But with this, you don't have to move your entire screen to get a better view of whatever you're looking at. You could just move down your sights and you'll still have the same viewpoint you have. Right now I'm getting suppressed, and I can't even return fire right now.
Too suppressed. There's a 93R guy in the doorway, just like I was.
Yeah, that weapon's really good in close quarters, I will say.
Yeah, you just spit him out, you know, and suppress the enemy, so. It's actually harder to confirm kills because your weapons are rocking everywhere, and you gotta like take a second. Oh, and here we got a guy sniping. That's interesting. Oh, he's getting kills. Look at him go! Wow.
Yeah, the sniper still retains a lot of its original power from vanilla. I specifically made sure that the bullets will kill in anywhere above the legs.
Right.
So it's sort of like an op, I guess. Except
Yeah.
you can't really use it like an op since you're not as fast as you are in Counter-Strike. All the weapons rocking everywhere.
It's also especially cool because, you know, we have the 3D scopes, and it just looks cool to see the disconnect between the view screen and the scope the way it's moving.
Oh yeah, definitely. I feel like with the way I set up the field of view, you can use a 2x scope just fine in close quarters, actually.
Yeah,
not as close to your face anymore.
Right.
With me. Still there. They're coming. Look around that wall.
Oh no. Oh, there's so many muzzle flashes out there down the road. Gotta get
So I just watched some guy on the point resort to taking out his knife because he missed every shot.
Nice. Yeah, I noticed that a couple times. People missing every shot. Don't do it. Don't do it. That's an RPG. Don't do it. Stop.
I think I will say,
I want to do
like,
it. I want to do it.
Don't do it, Mikey.
If you're playing this mod for the first time, I would advise you just take it slow, especially with your aim.
Yep. Yeah, I'm feeling. Oh! I can't hit shit. and when I do hit, their fancy new heavy armor or medium armor stops the round.
Just take
Looks
it slow,
like-
Mike.
Yeah. It looks like we're stuttering a little bit. Is it
Yeah,
because
I
the
feel
server's
it.
full?
I feel it too. I know. I just recently upgraded the server. I'm not sure why this is doing this.
Well, that's okay. It's pretty minor, so it's something that we can deal with. If it continues to be a problem, could we scale it down? Maybe 24 players?
Sure, I guess.
I don't think it'll be an issue, but just in case we need to.
Could be also just the mod. That's
You think
always
so?
the thing.
Yeah.
I'm not sure though. This server's dedicated to running this mod, but I'm not sure
Right.
if this would be any better if it was just running vanilla Insurgency.
One at last point. Good job, Jackal.
I also did a lot of changes to different classes. I tried to make things a little more, I guess, I tried to make the classes bleed over into each other a little bit less. So, for example, the sniper, he's the only class that gets the MK4 scopes or the 7x scopes. He also gets the MK4 scopes for 1 point, but he gets a holographic scope or any of those 1x scopes for like 3 or 4 points.
Right, so the
So-
classes
so-
are more distinct.
Yeah, it's sort of to encourage them to like play your role, you know?
Right. Somebody in the chat is asking how effective is wall banging in this mod. And before you answer that, Andy, I should say Steven Suarez, or S. Suarez, one of our programmers, says there's a problem in the current game where bullets don't penetrate an object multiple times. But for vanilla in the next patch, you can actually shoot through the flatbeds and the pickup trucks. Oh man, that's sad. We're the insurgents. This is like
I've actually
this isn't
increased
really
the
cultural.
penetration of armor piercing to make up for the fact that they don't one-shot kill through heavy armor.
You did what to armor piercing? Sorry.
I increased the penetration, at least the upper end.
Right.
So you can wallbang a little bit easier in this game.
Okay.
But there's still something, I know you guys are still working on some bugs regarding that too.
Yeah, exactly. And yeah, going off what S. Suarez just said, the flatbeds and the pickup trucks in, say, like Ministry Garage, that's one thing. The booth of Ministry Garage you can now shoot through. The
That works too.
the garbage, like the dumpster model that we sometimes use in some levels. All that
can
stuff
shoot
can
through
now
that
be
now?
shot through. Yeah.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah. So, and they'll go through, because it's just garbage and paper inside, right? So they'll pierce it, depending on the caliber and, all that shit. And yeah, as Suarez also continues, also you can shoot through the glass of the vehicles. So, that's something.
Oh, wait, really?
In Ministry, at least.
Alright.
And I believe it would be any other, as long as you're using those vehicles, I think it'll happen.
I am actually really excited for the changes you're bringing out. in the
Yeah,
new beta branch.
definitely.
Really like the new ministry. It looks really, really nice.
Cool, yeah, you like it. It's our level designer and environment artist, Johnny Higginbottom, really did a bang up job with it. And he also touched up Market Charlie, the new Market Charlie, which also looks really cool. Now it's like a police station, even has a jail cell in it. It's super cool.
Oh yeah, I saw that too. I laughed as soon as I saw it was a jail cell.
Yeah. I imagine people camping in there, like laying prone in the corner, you know,
Behind the bars.
behind the bars. I'm stuck. Come let me out.
Maybe someone will make a roleplay server.
Oh, dude, every time we talk about Lewis scripting, I talk about how badly I want that. I'm ready for it.
Dark
I used
RP insurgency style.
Yeah, like I wasn't big into the Dark RP and Gary's mod because the culture was a little more juvenile, generally speaking,
yeah.
and it was hard. And not that I want like serious roleplay, but just like fun, not like super. I don't know. I just witnessed a lot of immaturity in some of that roleplay.
Well,
That was part of it. The other bigger part was that Gary's mod, like I didn't really like the gunplay in most of those.
Oh, definitely. That's what I'm
Right.
thinking about when you're bringing out the Lewis scripting and making
Yeah.
RP for insurgency. I think
Exactly.
including the gunplay in it's gonna make things a lot more intense.
So intense, right? That's exactly what I've been saying. I played the Specialist roleplay a lot, which is a Half-Life 1 mod, and the guns in that like felt badass and cool. So when shit went down, it mattered. Like, and the guns, like it felt like a good way to determine when shit goes down, in the roleplay. It was good. Like it was cool.
You're doing it, minding your own business, and as soon as you hear a gunshot, you just shit your pants.
Yeah, exactly. Because like you could die in like a shot, And I could see your mod working very well with that because let's say you're a bunch of fucking, I don't know, you're a bunch of bank robbers, or like you just want to rob a place. You go out of your way to like, I guess splurge for the heavy armor and for getting like armor-piercing rounds or hollow point rounds or whatever that the cops on the server are wearing.
Exactly.
It could be interesting, to see.
Oh, keep in mind, if you're having
Yeah.
trouble with armor piercing and armor in general, I recommend just going hollow points. Those still like in cap and one shot to the limbs.
Yeah, exactly. And I
Experiment
think
with that.
as we were discussing the other day, like if you shoot a guy, the hollow points when they hit armor are not that much more of a disadvantage, and this is done for balance reasons. So I think, what's the best way to illustrate that? It's like if you shoot a guy if the guy's got heavy armor, you shoot him in the back 3 times with the standard round, he'll die. But if you shoot him in the back 3 times with the hollow point round, he'll also die. It's not like you're at a huge disadvantage hitting armor with hollow points. That's what I mean.
Yeah, I decided to make not to punish anyone for choosing a specific type of ammo. So I made it only a good thing to choose a different type of ammo. It's like a natural progression in your gun.
Right. And it's good that you made. I guess that's not realistic, but that's fine because it's about gameplay, you know. And it's good that you're making that sacrifice. We, you know, I've mentioned it in the stream before. We make those sacrifices regularly for
gameplay balance.
Right.
A lot of this isn't like made for like a sort of realism aspect. At least the free aim and the differing sprint values and the sway are sort of realistic, maybe a little too extreme as some people have voiced, but at the same time, I'm making lots and lots of sacrifices and compromises for gameplay to make sure the thing remains fun.
Right, exactly, and that's important. And I like how you didn't call it just like, oh, a realism mod, you know? Because people, they often really confuse the terms. They're like, oh, look, like, it's harder, which means it's more realistic. That's not what it should be. And the mod's not like, it's harder in some ways, and maybe overall, but there's more to it than that. Like, why'd you do that, dude? That was your friend.
A lot of people have different opinions on
fucking
what's
iced your
realistic
buddy.
and what's not. And it's just, honestly, just really, unless you're going full simulator, it's just not worth it. Just try and be as realistic as possible.
Right.
I'm not trying to make armor here.
Really bad. You fucking what, mate? You didn't even kill me. That's what you're doing.
Yo, man, with Lua
Took you
and the
long
RP
enough,
mod,
you know.
and if you did free aim, think of like how
Like,
crazy
what
the
about
gunfights would be.
let's go.
Everybody would be shooting each other, not able to hit each other. And when they did, their armor would stop it. They'd be like, "Oh my god, I'm shot! Fall back!" They just run away because they'd be afraid of like losing all this stuff.
Exactly. Actually, there's something with the hitboxes. A couple days ago, I've been thinking about the whole inclusion of Lua scripting. I think it could extend it to the hitboxes because, like hitting someone in the back is obviously going to be. I don't think the back armor is as strong as the front armor. So I'm thinking of like, oh, like how about like if it can recognize if you shot someone in the back or in the side or in the front, and I could add different multipliers for that and probably improve the damage model from that. That's one little thing I've been thinking about.
Is that something you could achieve with Lua?
Possibly. It could also be, I mean, if you could do it on your end, that could also be good because then you could, you have a little more creative control over the hitboxes and how damage works.
Possibly. I'm not sure how dramatic of a change that would be. It's not something we do in the vanilla, I don't think. Like we're not really ready to start making any big changes to the outright like damage model of our game. We'll make subtle changes, little things like we would decrease the cost of hologram. See how that worked.
Oh, indeed.
But we could support it on a modding front, maybe. Yeah.
Yeah, same thing you did with the free aim.
Good round. Exactly. Yeah.
There you go.
Dude, who's the trumpet guy? I'm loving it.
Yes, I'm loving it too.
Oh, that's Starkey.
It's me.
Starkey,
Very good, Moki.
can you play any Miles Davis? I hope you could play me some Miles Davis. As S. Swire says, the free aim was an experimental thing. And yeah, we experimented with it, and we left it in there just, you know, for this very reason, you know, in case people wanted to play with it and make a sleep mod out of it. It's awesome that you did.
Yep.
It's something we also might do officially. Like I'm not gonna say we're not gonna do it. Just right now, like at this moment, we're not really prepared to make like big changes to the gameplay.
Again, I was really, really super excited when you implemented that. I was reading in one of the patch notes.
Yeah.
So I was like, oh, well, yeah, I'm definitely going to be using that in my mod.
Perfect.
Try to restore their weapon cast to cripple them.
I need cover to load.
As well as the scaling sprint with your stamina. So if you sprint for a really long time, your stamina will decrease, which also in turn increases your weapon sway, which is something I'll definitely look at after this playtest.
Okay. Yeah.
Oh, and at the same time, I would like to mention that I also changed up how stamina works with damage. If you take a hit, any hit, you'll lose all your stamina, and you'll run at minimum speed, and you'll also get all that recoil. So, like, I tried to do it as to make up for the fact that you can take a hit, but if you take a hit, it's not like you can return fire immediately.
That's really cool. I like that. Yeah, because naturally, like, it makes sense that getting hit would exhaust you, right?
Yeah, exactly.
Oh, I just fucking capped a guy all the way across the garage. Thanks, free aim.
Delta has been taken. Took Delta. I need support at Charlie.
I hope. Yep. I was just gonna say, I hope you got explosives, but I see your RPG. Oh! Get back! Crap.
Oh, Mike, you're topping the scoreboard.
Well, I don't mean to brag, but I do think I handled that RPG pretty well. By blindly firing it around a corner.
Haha.
So Andy, a little bit about yourself. What other modding have you done? What other kinds of games do you like to play? Have you done any other modding?
I've done some other modding. I've definitely made a lot more mods for Insurgency. I've made a bunch of sound mods that you can find on the workshop.
I did see those, yeah. I appreciated the Lord of War thumbnail. That was a good movie.
Oh, yeah, I love that movie. One of my favorite movies, actually. But as well, I've done lots in Gary's mod, and I've done some of my own on like different RTSs, primarily StarCraft Brood War.
Oh, nice. Tell me what
Yeah.
are some StarCraft Brood War maps that you made?
When I was a kid, I made this one map called, I basically called it Doom, but it was basically just like, you have like a bunch of Marines and a bunch of battle cruisers and basically the whole arsenal of Terran has to offer. And you have to clear out this entire like map full of just Zerg, who all have like 10 times the normal stats. It was actually kind of insane, but pretty fun at the same time. I even included my own little intro cinematic.
Really?
Yeah,
In
well,
Brood
not
War?
well, not in Brood War.
Hold
but,
on.
like, oh god.
Servers, you feel that?
Yeah, I feel that lag definitely. Oh my goodness.
Uh-oh. Do we push it to its limit?
We just lost Bravo.
I feel...
I'm gonna.
No, okay.
We're good. We're good. But yeah, as I was saying, I used the sort of like, you know, the briefings that StarCraft used to have. I included that, and I also used a bunch of different stock sounds my mom had on a CD once.
That's awesome.
It was pretty funny.
That's cool. What were the stock sets? So that was, I know exactly what you mean by the briefings. Those briefings actually, the briefings there were really cool in StarCraft. It's interesting you could tell a story that well in a game where you're like a faceless dude like leading a army. Feeling that lag again. You wanna? I think I might have to do a server restart and bump down the player count.
We're at like 16% CPU usage and 1% memory usage. It shouldn't. I'm not sure why it's lagging so much, honestly.
Really?
Yeah.
All right. Well, let's see. Let's see what happens. Let's see what happens. If it gets worse, we could try.
If it gets worse, I'll reset the server and see if that helps.
Yeah. Yeah. Good call. But yeah, yes, the cutscenes or the intros were cool in StarCraft from like a narrative perspective, and also just I don't know, it was
It was just nice.
it was nice.
liked
Yeah,
it.
it was like I don't know, I don't mean to say like it was cute, but something about it was cute to me. I guess it's because it was like before we had all these like ridiculously high production cinematics that
You just had
StarCraft
a
and Warcraft all had.
animated face and a
Yeah,
bunch
a bunch
of
of
text
heads,
and a
and it was-
voiceover.
Exactly, it was all writing and voiceover. I like that, like, because it came down to like the
like the
actors
same
and the
thing.
characters, and everybody remembers the characters from StarCraft. You know, I haven't got all day. Should work. Like, it just it felt really iconic
indeed.
and cool. But yeah, that's cool that you made Brood War mods. Did you make any other sorts of mods?
Not really. I was just dabbling in different things, but this is like one of my main things I've really done, at least formally, with editing
Right.
and scripting.
Good shit,
Well,
boys.
I gotta say, you're doing a really good job. This is cool.
Man, you
I'm
just
also
fucking
impressed by
LP.
just like the page itself and how you're explaining everything and how you're receiving all the feedback and just the pictures. Starkey, go Starkey! I want him to play trumpet at every stream.
Trumpet dude, every Saturday.
I'm loading, guys.
But yes, I think you're doing a good job. I was especially impressed by the visual elements you prepared because they did a good job of explaining like what's new. Because with the tactical rebalance, you can't like just take a screenshot of a new weapon, right?
And they're like,
you gotta
here
do
it
more.
is. Yeah, so I just I spent a lot of time working on that media.
Bravo. We're taking
And I'm also just happy enough that you guys included such a modular system in Insurgency. A lot of developers don't do that anymore.
Oh yeah, definitely. It's a big part of. It's like it's kind of how Insurgent like it's the point basically.
Yeah.
You can read a oh before I go on, S. Swire says to take a look at network as far as the server, not the CPU usage, but network itself. I'm not sure what that means. I don't know if that means anything to the screens that you're looking at, but it might explain in reference to the server getting laggy.
Yeah.
But
well-
yes,
Okay.
yeah, go on.
No, you go on. Sorry about that.
Okay. That's good. I was just gonna say Andrew Spear, the creative director, was interviewed by Rock Paper Shotgun in regards to the mod. Get shot at. And they asked him like what some of his goals were with Insurgency, and a big part of what we wanted out of Insurgency was a customizable experience, theater system, like custom maps, all these different modes that players can feel free to play around with and like make their own content. We have so many really cool maps, PvP and co-op. Like it's cool. There was one that just popped up. I think it was early this week. I was just looking at it before the stream. Somebody made a map of the Osama bin Laden compound.
Oh,
raid.
yeah, I saw that. I
Yeah.
was thinking of preparing it to put on the server.
Yeah, isn't that cool? That's definitely you should definitely do that. There's a lot of really good PvP maps, and you know I wish more. I think more servers should play the custom PvP maps. I
Indeed.
understand like some of the fear with like I'm not sure if it's balanced, but I don't know. Who cares? Like
It's
experiment with
it's
it.
a fun server. Like,
Yeah, it's a fun server, and like if it's not balanced, then like take it out of the rotation and tell the author like, hey, like maybe you could try balancing it in these ways. You know, that's there's a lot of really cool content in the workshop, and there's a lot of customization. It is truly the foundation. As I was saying, not just with all that content, but also just like visually. In that same interview I'm talking about with Rock Paper Shotgun, Andrew was explaining like a big part of it was making it like basically customizing the visual experience to where like you want to play as the Canadians, you want to play as the Norwegians, you want to play as the Brazilian Bope, you want to play as the GDI or the NOD or ISIS or whatever. Like you make it your own experience.
That's why the factions are just so like malleable and generic.
Oh,
There's the lag.
Yeah.
All right, I'm gonna restart the server. At least
Cool,
to
yeah.
end this map though.
Storm says, I'm working on a map right now. Would it be possible to get some custom voice acting from you for it? Oh, thanks. That sounds interesting. I have talked to a couple other people about doing voiceover for their maps. Yeah, like I can't promise anything. I'll need to take a look at the scope and like what some of your plans are with it. But yeah, feel free to reach out to me. I'll put my email in the chat. There is my email. Yeah, I'd be interested in talking to you with. Oh, like it. I'd be interested in talking to you about it.
How long have you been working in the games industry, Mike?
I've been working, I guess, since November 2013. I started as a contractor doing voiceover and writing for Insurgency, and I also did voiceover for other projects. Before that, I did like a bunch of mods, amateur
Underhell, I
stuff.
think?
Since yes, very good. You played Underhell?
Yeah, I played a little bit of it. Yes.
Ah, yeah. The founder, like the lead level designer, the director of Underhell, who made it, is a level designer on Insurgency's team.
Oh, nice.
He joined and he was playing Insurgency. Yeah, we're really lagging here.
Oh my god, alright.
Reinforced or what? No backup is coming, boys. This is it.
I'd say you can go for it. I'd say just
Alright.
to give it the restart. He's really acting out. But yes, I did since 2012. I did like I was just doing like amateur voiceover work just to practice, you know, and get my feet wet because I was interested in it because of the work I'd done in radio. And Underhell was like a really
We're
big...
starting right now, by the way.
Cool, perfect. I'll back out. You want to set it to 24 players just to see?
Sure thing. One sec.
Yeah. I'd rather like attack it head on. So just a minute for guys who are just joining us. We're playing the Tactical Rebalance server with its creator, AndyBroski. But we're having some server issues, so we're just going to restart. Looks like the menu's having some issues too. Stand by. So yeah, Underhell was a big deal for me because I voiced like 8 different people in it, and it was just such a high production narrative single player experience. And the creator of that, the founder of that, and I became close friends, and we were playing, you know, we play shooters together, and he was like, hey, check out this one called Insurgency. Like, it's on early access right now. This is in October 2013, I think. And he was like, check it out. It doesn't have any voices in it. You know, I'm applying because I'm familiar with Source, working with Underhell. You should apply too. And I applied, and I said, yeah, I'd like to help you out voiceover-wise. And they're like, that sounds cool. Do you want to do everybody? And I was like, oh, okay. So I just did everybody and wrote it too and self-directed, and it was interesting.
Your range is pretty impressive, I would say.
Thank you. Yeah, no, it's nice to hear that. I appreciate it. It was important as far as Insurgency's goals, voiceover-wise. We wanted to make sure that the characters sounded distinct from each other, and we also wanted to make sure that like they all spoke English and like they could be understood. You know, that all the characters, like, they worked for the settings that we had: Iraq, Afghanistan, Somalia. There were a lot of things that we wanted to accomplish with the voiceover, and I'm really grateful for the trust that Northern Interactive gave me in doing all the voices and all the writing and all that. And I think we really did a good job. It really fits with the gameplay of Insurgency, and I'm real pleased with it. But yeah, I've been working as a contractor since November 2013. Then November 2014, I started working full time as a community manager and voice actor, and you know, was doing these streams and such. So yeah, I guess around like 2 years or so. Depends on like whether you count the amateur stuff in 2012 as being in the industry. I may ask, what do you do?
Oh, I'm just a student. I'm just a little student.
Just a little student.
Just a lowly college student. That's all. But yeah, I just did this on my free time.
Cool. What do you study?
Currently
joining,
majoring
by the way?
in computer science right now.
Perfect. I was just gonna ask, like, your knowledge of computers and stuff.
But yeah,
So-
I'm only on my second year, so.
Okay, cool. And I take it you're learning a lot of programming then.
Indeed. Mostly Java though.
Are you gonna move on to other languages? You say you know Lua, working with Gary's mod and stuff.
Yeah, definitely. But I treat Lua more as like a scripting language, only because it's just so easy. But generally I like Java, and I'm looking into moving into different types of languages. Probably like the more like web development oriented ones, like Python and stuff, JavaScript. Other than that, I'm just rolling with emotions and see what happens.
Good. That's the way that you gotta live. You're creating value in yourself by learning all these different languages, and by doing like mods like
Goodness.
this.
Are you getting lag too?
Yeah, I feel it.
Oh my goodness. It's not even at capacity.
Yeah. I'm not sure what the issue might be. Did you check your network?
Yeah, nothing seems to be wrong. This is a server just running off VLayer right now. I rented it out from them.
I see, I see. We'll roll with it for now.
Loading, loading.
Anyone have explosives?
No, I forgot my explosives at home, actually. Our programmer says web programming is dull.
It's dull. It might be, but it
Well-
is something that a lot of people need, and so if it can pay the bills, I guess.
Oh, of course. But
But
you should
I-
keep up. I think the takeaway from that is keep doing the gaming programming. It's cool what you're doing, and it's exciting. I'm excited to see more from you. I hope you keep up with that.
Indeed, I've always thought about like if I could just have a dull, boring job, and then on the side I could do some exciting stuff on my own.
Or you could work and do exciting stuff.
That could
The
also
whole
that could
world is
also be
open
it.
to you. But yeah, a lot of people get hired in this industry because you're asking about the industry because of the things they did on the side. You know, that's a big important part of it. So continue doing that, and you might be surprised to find. I studied when I was in college. I studied mass communications, which is kind of like the sociology of mass media, and German. And, you know, here I am doing this, you know? So I just did a bunch of stuff with the radio station that involved, like, voiceover and
You
team
have a good
management.
radio voice.
Thank
Again,
you.
another
Yeah.
compliment.
Appreciate it. Yeah, I was the production director. I helped create promotions and PSAs. And yeah, like, you know, through that passion, like, I found a job. So I'm just saying, yeah, you might be surprised to find the kinds of opportunities you get from your extracurriculars, I guess is what I mean. 420 Big Blazing Nugs says, Mikey, hi. Web programming definitely pays the bills. Tumblr.com/jobs.
Okay, yeah.
There.
Thanks for the plug.
It's okay.
Well, either way, just do a mixture. Yay! Oh man,
There's your trumpet guy again.
gets me every time.
That's good.
It's just such a great end to a round.
Yeah, we're gonna need a lot of explosives.
Yo, I'm loading.
I know. Are you also working on anything else at the moment, or any other games besides Insurgency?
Me personally, as far as voice acting goes,
Yes.
I am actually. I work on Black Mesa, which is in early
Oh,
access
the-
right now.
The new one right now?
Yeah. I'm not in the mod. That is Chris Martins, I believe is his name. He did the voice for the HECU, but in the early access version, and in like, you know.
You're doing the Marines, aren't you?
That's correct. Yep, the
Yeah, I
HECU
heard you
Marines.
in the trailer. It was like, whoa.
Yeah, a lot of people. Thanks a lot, Black Mesa. That one. And geez, I'm lagging again.
My
Is
goodness.
there anything? I noticed it's still at 32, but there's only 23 players on.
Yeah, so I don't think it's really the player count.
No. My weapon just disappeared.
-1.
Hayes says just some lag passing through. Have you ever seen Wayne's World?
Yes.
With car lag.
Passing through.
Game on. Game on.
Loading. I need backup now.
But yes, I do the voiceover of the HEC Marines, and I do some other on the side voiceover as well for mods and stuff.
Tell me I need backup.
K26 Intention says, official Insurgency stream? Yes, this is the official Insurgency stream. K26, how are you? My name is Michael Suruhas. I'm the community manager and voice actor for Insurgency. We do these streams every Saturday at 3 p.m. Eastern, live. And we always have a guest on from Twitch or YouTube or one of the developers from the team, or we have different guests from the community who have made cool mods and stuff, which is what we have today. We're playing with AndyBroski. He's made the Tactical Rebalance Mod that we're playing right now, which features free aim such as this, you know, free aim while you're aiming down the sights, that is, a reworked damage model, new armor types, new weapon types, and attachments and such as that, and stuff such as that. Right now we're dealing with a little bit of lag, you'll notice.
Hold back until it reloads.
Not sure what the cause is.
Don't peek.
And yes, True Canadian also points out that as far as New World Interactive goes, and what I'm also working on as a part of the team, what we're working on is a new project on a new engine.
Ooh, I'm excited for that.
Yeah. Intention says, you sure do sound like the lead instructor of the tutorial. Yeah, that's me. Yep. And that's the thing that most people recognize me for, because his tone and his attitude is like a lot more measured and normal, I guess you could say. Not really normal, just like measured and instructive, being the instructor, which is, it's closer to my tone when I do these streams. But you should, I should point out, that's not the only role that I did in Insurgency. I do all the voice acting and the writing of the insurgents and the security.
Even the insurgents.
Oh yeah, this is
Could
security.
you do the insurgent leader voice right now?
What would you like me to say? Which line do you want to hear?
Help me, brothers, help me!
There we go.
Oh shit, that's a bad guy. Fucking free aim.
Just missed every shot.
No, I got him. I was just standing here. I was like,
Congratulations.
I was trying to get a guy like really far away from me, and I was like, I can't get him. Then I saw on my periphery there were two guys just standing there, and I was like, what? And I shot one, and then I shot the next, and it just worked out. Like it was the one time it all worked out. Dude, I need some explosives. This is ridiculous.
Try Bravo.
Copy.
Yeah, sure. Destroyed Bravo.
There we go.
Nice.
They've only got one cache left. We destroy that, we're good.
Ah, crap. That guy was playing a harmonica, by the way. I don't know why. He's just getting very musical today. Intention says it's that low rumble you have on your voice mostly. Must be your natural tone. It's like when the instructor says, I'm not gonna ride you. Really casual and straightforward. And yeah, no, that's exactly what it is. So it makes sense to me, because like, he's just kind of talking, whereas everybody else in the game is yelling and stressed. And you know, when I'm conducting these streams, I'm not stressed. I'm just kind of talking and explaining things. So yeah, I'm not gonna ride you. Let's keep it short. Let's cover everything. Head on inside. Something like that.
Okay, loading.
Sly Spear says, by the way, sick mod, Andy. Great sound mod, too.
Give me cover while I load.
Yo, who's got explosives for Charlie?
Yeah,
Anybody?
and just if anyone's playing right now
Cool.
and wants to suggest any feedback to improve it, be sure to find it on the workshop. Just look up Tactical Rebalance, and it should be there, and just leave a comment.
Sure. Yeah, actually, Brightside or somebody, if you can get another link in the chat to the mod, that would be good. And if you guys have any feedback right now from what you're seeing, chime in the chat. What do you think of what you're seeing so far? Do you like the degree to which you have this free aim? Do you like the way it's playing in general? Do you like the armor types and how they're affecting movement and suppression? Uh-oh. I know we all don't like the lag, but...
I just team killed someone.
Agent 181 says, hey Mikey. Yo, what's up? Thank you for stopping by.
Ah, shit.
Yep, Brightside's got the links. Thank you for that. Intention says, sorry to be such a bother, but I was curious about dual roll optics. Are they at all possible, or is it just not a thing in the engine? No, that's fine. One of the things I like to do with these streams, Intention, is I want to take questions like that about vanilla insurgency. At the end of each stream, we do a Q&A where people are open to asking me any questions that they might have about the game in general.
Hey, we need more guys.
And, you know, questions for the guests, you know, whoever they might be. We've had a wide variety of guests on. Everything from mod makers, such as this, to big YouTubers like Devil Dog Gamer, Spoonerism, Even famous Hollywood actors like Thomas Middleditch, who's in HBO's Silicon Valley. We played with him. He's a fan of Insurgency, really liked it, and he's a cool guy in his own right. So, no, you're free to ask me any questions such as that. Don't be afraid. And on the topic of dual optics, it's something that I believe we could do it with the engine. Like, I don't think it's out of the question, but it's not something we want to do for like gameplay reasons. We want, like, if you spend the supply to get an optic, you got to live with having that optic. You can't like switch between the two. There needs to be. We want there to be trade-off to choosing a certain optic. And that's like more incentive to be like, oh, okay, well, I guess I better also bring a handgun if I'm gonna have a long-range optic. The difference between the Mark 18 and the M4A1 is the main difference is just the barrel length. And, you know, of course, like what classes have it. So. Good game.
Good game, guys.
What does our trumpet think of that? And the harmonica? Was there a harmonica? I heard it.
Yeah.
Oh, that's great.
Perfect, dude.
Alright, time to play Scout. Strike is particularly harder now because I removed all rockets from the attacking side. They only get lots of C4.
Oh.
Yeah. So
hey, you're right. Wait a second. That's tactical rebalance.
Yeah, I did a lot of game mode changes, which I surprisingly forgot to mention. That's the and more part.
Ah. So what are some other game mode changes you made? Whoa, True Canadian says this mod makes me wet. How does that make you feel, Andy? Proud?
I guess I'm proud.
It's Pinky too. I'm sorry, continue the game mode.
So, on Firefight and other similar One Life modes, there's a lack of C4 and explosives, just frag grenades, and I made sure to include a lot of like stealth classes, so a lot of scouts, a lot of recons. So the game particularly changes. I also included less support roles in those One Life game modes too.
I see.
Because I just feel like it's like if you have One Life, I don't think like it's supposed to be like, oh, you got like all these heavy machine gunners and all this heavy ordnance. I feel like it fit in well with the style. Now for like modes like push and strike, you bring in all the heavy weapons out.
Right, yeah, because it's supposed to be
A little more
big assault.
big intense,
you know?
yeah.
Yeah. Somebody in the chat, where is it? Hellspawn says, why did you guys decide to put in the C79 scope instead of a less ugly one like an ACOG? I don't think the C79's ugly. It looks interesting. I think it looks kind of cool.
It looks fine.
Yeah.
But I think it's because you guys had someone in the Canadian Army.
That's correct. Yes, our creative director Andrew Spearin was in the Canadian infantry, and we just thought it was cool. Like, it's a cool looking scope. As I stated before, like, the whole point of Insurgency is to kind of project your own story onto it, in that you choose whatever army you want to be. They are not United States Marines. They are not U.S. Army. They're
not contractors.
Right. They're not even necessarily contractors. A lot of people do project that because of the way some of them are dressed, which is fine. That works. They're just security, you know? And, yeah, we just wanted to try a different kind of optic that you don't see in a lot of different games. And, yeah, shout out to the Canadians. But, yeah, it's supposed to be overall ambiguous. You know, you don't know who the insurgents or security are. Because, again, like, we're many different theaters, you know? It's also part of the reason why they all speak English, like, translated. Like, to start, like, it would have been quite a production to get people speaking Dari, Pashto, Arabic, and like all these different languages depending on the theater, you know.
I did look through some of the files though, and you guys did have some voiceovers for in Arabic.
We did, yes, initially. That was before I was brought on the team, and then we decided like we did have like other voiceover artists like working with us on the team. It was before I was on the team, but once I was here, it made more sense to just centralize everything because
Yeah.
I tried it out. I worked out a few different voices, and they were like, "This is good." So now we'll just go to you for all our voiceover needs. And it's because of that that we can do stuff like just like add a new game mode. They don't need to, you know, call up the agency, right, and say we need to work with your clients, Mr. Jones again, and then Mr. Jones has to get driven or flown out to the booth, you know, at our office.
Yeah.
And then, you know, we only have Mr. Jones for 2 hours, and it's like, all right, oh no,
It makes more sense for your scale.
right. It's and it's, you know, it's fortunate that like I'm grateful that they trust me enough to work those things out, and that they're pleased with the work that I've done. Because like it allows us to do this, or like add a new game mode. I'll just whip up the VO for it real quick. Oh, you want to add a compass like into the game? That's no problem. I'll just record all that new dialogue. And you can hear on the beta branch right now. You can see the compass. You can hear there's new VO associated with it, and callouts associated with 8 different cardinal directions: north, northeast, etc. And there's going to be more, you know, for the squad leader himself. So that's all good shit too.
I see you recorded different lines for the leader. Are you gonna do different lines for the regular subordinates? Specifically talking about the affirmative and negative. I know the leader for security side has a bit of an attitude now.
A little bit, yeah. The way it was before, or I guess right now in the public branch, is the security leader has a radio and the subordinate has a radio. But we wanted the squad leader's radio.
I can't even reload my gun, man.
The squad leader's radio had like all order-oriented stuff. We decided like the squad leader should be able to do certain things too. You know, he should also be able to say affirmative and negative, and you know, point out enemies and call out that he killed an enemy. So what you're seeing right now in the beta branch, that's the general one that every character has. But we're also going to do a toggle function for the squad leader where he does orders. And actually, I was just talking to one of our programmers and our creative director about that just a couple days ago. We're working those details out now, and I'm going to record those maybe even tomorrow. I think I might come back to the booth and record, or tonight. We'll see. And yeah, again, apologies for the lag. This is a server issue that we're dealing with. I'm not sure of the cause as of right now, but it seems to be coming and going. Zellstorm says, "What is your favorite time of day to play in? Day, night, evening, morning?"
24/7.
24/7. Do you mean in real life or in the game? I like our night maps a lot, and I also like our early morning maps, like Revolt. I like Revolt a lot visually.
Nearly all of our weapon caches have been destroyed. Protect our last cache. Those bastards destroyed Charlie.
Yeah, that could also be it, that we have a lot of high ping people here. But I'm just not sure that's the 100% the cause.
Well, maybe we'll do one more match after this. I think maybe we'll do a push match, and then we can cut to a Q&A. That sounds good.
Yeah, that's fine.
Cool.
I got plenty of feedback from this playtest.
Good, yeah. True Canadian says, "Can you do a live stream later of you recording some stuff? That would be amazing."
That actually
no,
be pretty cool.
That would be interesting. Maybe sometime in the future, or at least like a little doc of like how how we like do the voiceover and like the process, because you know I do, like I said, I do the writing and I voice it and I direct myself, which is unconventional and different from the way it's usually done. But you know, there's other people involved. There's Mark Winter, our audio designer. There's the conversations that take place between the programmers and the who are putting in these features, and the creative director, and like just the team in general. It would be cool to like show all of that sometime. But no, as of right now, I wouldn't really be comfortable doing that. I'd like to just focus on the VO, you know. Streaming it at the same time would be too distracting, I think. When I record, like I gotta get in the zone and really commit to it. But don't worry, you'll hear all of it in game once it's done. Red Not So Ninja-like says, IP please. Yep, thank you Brightside for giving out that IP again. Zellstorm says, I mean in game. Yeah, I'd say morning. Well, I like morning and night. I don't know, they're both good. It just really depends on like the kind of mood you're in. Night push feels really awesome on like Pange or Peak, with all the flares and everything going. And morning just like looks nice and it looks like yay!
I'm really excited to see how this plays
Oh.
out in Sinjar.
Bye, guys.
Later, dude.
I need to reload.
All right, we have to defend him.
I set the next level to Sinjar, just because I want to see how it plays out. Because I
Yeah.
know a lot of people are like, "Oh my God, security side's so hard." Well, let's see what happens when
Yeah,
it's really
let's
hard
see.
to aim.
Let's see what happens now, dude. Actually, I don't know, that might work both ways.
That it maybe, but I think it might just be a little better beneficial for security since
Yeah.
they won't immediately get sniped as they're
Exactly. No, yeah, it's just, yeah, it's exactly what I was just about to say. They could just, oh shit. Crap. It just blew up Bravo right in front of me. I barely got to it.
crossing. Good job, Mike. You let us all down.
Oh, thanks, Andy. Thanks, Andy. Why don't you go program some web stuff, man? I didn't mean that, Andy.
It's okay.
That was
It's okay.
that was the cash exploding in front of me talking. You know, that wasn't about you. All right?
No problem.
Thanks, man.
We're all friends here.
No, we are. One big happy community family. I'm really liking these scopes. From Behind's using the FAL right now.
Yeah, I just really like how the scopes turned out. The new FOV and the free game. It just looks so cool.
Yeah. Did you play Infiltration? I think I asked you before, but I forgot.
Yes, a little bit.
Really?
I saw it posted. Actually, I saw it posted on the Reddit for Insurgency, and I was like, oh,
really?
Infiltration. I'm gonna try it out, and so I acquired UT99 through some means, and I decided to download the mod and try it out, and I really liked it.
Cool. Did you try? You were playing against bots, I'm guessing. I don't know if people were
Yeah,
still playing.
I don't think they had bots. I just played it around just by myself and looking at all the mechanics.
Oh,
work.
okay, yeah.
It seemed really, really cool.
Yeah, it is. It's changed a lot since it's changed. I was talking to somebody actually recently, one of our players who played it, and she was telling me it changed. It got like, it used to be a little more arcadey, if you can imagine, and now
yeah.
it's more like realistic. Then I watched some footage of it in its arcadier stage. It was interesting. It was more unreally, but it's cool just how like different from Unreal Tournament that mod is. Like they really did a lot with it. It's cool, you know, what you can accomplish with a mod. Onion says, "This is so weird."
It's gonna take a little getting used to, Onion.
Very cool. Oh shit. Ow. Zellstorm says, okay, then I will try to make it nighttime on my map then, as I'm working on a push style map with a moving convoy. Interesting.
A moving convoy?
Moving convoy at night? That's...
That sounds pretty cool.
Yo, curiosity peaked, Joe.
Hey Joe, what do you mean by moving convoy though? Does it like move as you capture points? Or is it just like...
Yeah, I'm curious to hear too, if you're willing to share more. Did you call him Joe? Is Zellstorm named Joe?
Oh, whoops.
Oh, sorry.
I called him Joe. Your new name is Joe to me. Sorry.
Maybe I misheard you.
Alright, well, we have a nice
Andy.
defense going.
Yeah, this is pretty solid, knock on wood. Oh, look out.
I'm hit.
Here,
He's
you
right
distract him
there.
to the right, I'll flank left.
I'm the bait.
I'm the bit. I think he fucked off. As you guys can see, when you aim down a bipod, it locks it to the center of your screen.
Yes.
Which is all the more incentive to use a bipod, really.
Oh, speaking of new weapons, I've been thinking of adding more support weapons too. Those are the only
yeah.
kind of main weapons I've been thinking about adding. One thing, I think I was gonna instead remove the FAL from being used by the machine gunner and instead include a PKP.
Defend Alpha.
A PKP pen shank, so 200
That's
rounds.
Now, do
So-
we have a PKP model on the workshop? I'm not sure.
No, I'm probably gonna use a standard stock model for it, but just for as a placeholder.
Right, yeah.
But other than that's just, I think that would just add be like an answer to the M249
Right,
to the security side. As I think the RPK is more of an answer to I would say like maybe the new weapon for support I added, which is the M4A1, but with an extended 50-round mag, which I am also going to update it and put in a new model with the HK4017.
Yeah,
It makes it
yeah.
look more like an M27 IAR.
Right, and that was something that we had talked about when I was playing, when you and I were playing a few days ago, I think earlier this week.
Yeah,
You can get a mod for the M4, which gives it a 50-round magazine and kind of turns it into an IAR, and that'll be more explicitly a new weapon when you make that tweak. Brightside, our animator, who's quite connected in the model and animating community, says he knows of a very nice PKP model and texture you can use, custom made. Hit me up on Steam if you're interested. I know of some of the very nice custom-made weapon models that you could use if you wanted.
Oh, that's nice.
So there you go. I'll be sure to give you his information. Thank you for that, Brightside. That'd be cool. And we're 1 second out. Hey, good game. Well, excuse me, Kez. Play him out, boys.
I like memes. I love memes. I love memes.
He loves maids? Yeah,
He loves memes.
I appreciate the people who... No, he said I love maids. And yeah, I appreciate supporting people who
Use
clean
grenades.
things. Who use grenades.
I think that's what he said. I'm not sure.
I heard I love maids. And I'm thinking like, yeah, you know, I like having people, you know, that I can commission and pay to clean up after me. I wouldn't say I love that, but I like it. So I understand if someone might love that, people of that profession.
I see.
Yeah. That's what I was talking about. Yeah. Did you get him?
I think. Let's check.
Let's go up. Nope. Didn't get him. Friendly.
My bad.
It's all good.
Grenade out. Grenade out.
Throw it. Throw it.
Casualty!
Fuck.
Did he just try to destroy a cache and ended horribly?
Yeah, I don't even... I gotta commit to the explosives.
Do you have like... Yeah, it did include like almost 3 demolition classes.
Yeah, notice the rifleman only has access to frags. So
Yes. I decided to remove smokes from certain classes. It's another different balance I decided to do.
I'll be interested to see how that works on push, because
Oh,
the
indeed,
smoke grenades
indeed.
are very important there.
I tried to model it after what Red Orchestra did by only including smokes to the leader or specialist roles.
Yeah.
So I tried to make those roles a bit more important, just from the fact that they have smokes. But at the same time, I might be making push, especially on maps like Sinjar, even more of a struggle. than it already is.
I'm interested to see that.
I think I saw some guy just get absolutely wrecked by the new machine pistol for Insurgents.
Yeah, I saw a guy rocking that earlier. It sounds scary.
It is scary. I was also thinking of including a Glock 18 in the game,
Ooh,
but I
I'd be all
felt
about
but I felt like maybe it might be just a little too much considering I already have a machine pistol, not machine people, for security.
Yeah, no, that's true. I would say, you know, to me, and this is just my thought. I'd say replace the 93R with the Glock because you'll have more symmetry that way. At the same time, it's cool, but you know, at the same time, it's cool to have asymmetry. You know, burst fire pistol and full auto pistol, and trying to balance those two, whether it's through supplies, through damage, or whatever. So I understand it from that perspective too. If only you could have like a burst equivalent for the inserts. No.
Oh, the Insurgents already have burst mode on that pistol too.
Oh, and full auto they have?
Yes, and full auto.
Yeah, I don't know.
That's
Maybe
exactly how the weapon works in real life. It has a burst, full auto, and single shot mode.
I see. Yeah, I'm not so sure. It's I do like it the way it is right now.
Oh yeah, I understand the difference in opinion on that. Oh my god, we won!
Woo!
Crazy.
Come back, kids! Come back, kids!
So sad.
Come back, kids.
Yo, let me hear that trumpet.
That was a saxophone.
A trumpet for you.
Yay. Gets me every time.
I'll try blowing up Robert.
Hold on. I'm gonna change the Sinjar.
Intention says auto pistols end up being so abused compared to semi-autos.
It's really dependent on how you look at it though, because the way the recoil works in this game is that, especially with the pistols, if you spray, your aim and your shot pattern is gonna go way off target. Way off target, more than the regular rifles. I made a video about it and posted on the beta branch, by the way, in case you want to see it. But that fact alone makes using the burst pistols and full auto pistols take a lot of practice. You have to pull down and make sure that those shots go on target. But those pistols are only available to specific classes, so only the militant and the sharpshooter and sniper have those available. And identically, the specialist and the designated marksman and sniper have the M93R available. So it's only available to certain classes, and I wanted to give it to them just to fill a certain close quarters role.
Right.
Because I don't want them to be totally useless with just a regular handgun. Maybe I want to give them something fully automatic that they can use to help clutch around, you know, in case like, oh, I'm the last one alive all the way in the back, let me take out
But
this
I got my
M93R.
Brat. And I
Blat,
think,
blat.
like, just for one, yeah, blat, right?
Nice kill.
From what I'm seeing, like, I didn't see any sort of abusiveness. The pistols, like, they're a good secondary, but I definitely wouldn't say they're overpowered. I haven't witnessed that yet.
Not at all. There's a lag again.
Yeah.
At least it didn't go in for like an entire round.
Yeah, it seems to be improving. Did you make it so the frag grenades blow up caches in one hit?
2 hits.
2 hits?
But I think someone threw a frag grenade right onto the cache, and then another frag grenade exploded earlier than that, and it's
Right.
caused a chain reaction.
Oh, okay. The, do you want to switch it over to Sinjar push now, or do you want to play out the round?
I'll switch it out to Sinjar push actually. 1 second.
The lag made that way more cinematic.
One cash left, come on!
Actually, we're at the last cache, and we have 5 minutes. We can end this. I say we can end this, but it's easier said than done.
Green Novice asks, why are the security weapons so bad? Why insurgents or spray kings and security are inaccurate? I wouldn't say that's so.
I wouldn't say that.
I'm not sure if you mean with the mod or vanilla, but I'd say in both. That's different. In the mod, if anything, this Like the security weapons are better, like they're more controllable. At least you're forced to fire semi-auto or burst, which is more controllable than the full auto, generally speaking. And in vanilla, it's just like a whole, well, no, it's like everybody dies very quickly, and a lot of the weapons have moddable fire rates.
I think he's talking about the mod, because I did hear someone voice a complaint over that. I might have been a mistake on my part, but I'll take another look at all the weapon values and recoil values, but I made sure to make the security weapons a lot more controllable.
I think they feel that way, yeah. Generally speaking, like, the weapons don't feel, like, that different to me. In the mod, the weapons don't feel that different to me than vanilla, except for the fact, of course, that there's free aim, you know?
And keep in mind that if you get hit, or if you just sprint and drain your stamina, and if you could see this if you have the lens effects enabled, you'll have like some dirt on your lens or on your view camera, and that'll signify you have low stamina. Your recoil is going to be all over the place, and yeah, your shooting's going to feel like absolute garbage for a moment.
Right. Look out behind you, by the way.
Oh yeah, I just.
No shift key asks, how do I join the beta? Question, if you scroll down, you can see the beta branch bunch Steam group. That has all the instructions and details you need. Basically what we do in Insurgency, if you own a copy of Insurgency, you can play and test with us, the developers, and the community. We will host beta tests. We'll post an in-game news announcement when it happens. We'll also post events in the Insurgency Steam community group and the beta branch, the beta branch bunch, the Steam group for that as well. And we test with our community. All you have to do is download the pre-release beta branch, it's called. Directly on Insurgency, you go to Properties, Betas tab, pre-release beta branch, and you'll update your game to the beta. You can play on the beta. Right now on the beta, it depends on like what we're working on, but right now on the beta you'll see a new compass, new voiceover, new map, Embassy, new cosmetic changes to Ministry, as well as a couple other little changes. New Market Charlie on Firefight. That whole building, it applies to all modes, but it's by the beach. A new building by the beach, police building, complete with jail cell, and various other changes in the current beta. And you can always go there for like a preview of some of the stuff we're putting in, and also some experimental stuff. So bear in mind, everything you see there is certainly not final. It's all subject to change. That's why we test with the community. We try to see what people like and what people are pleased with, what they're not pleased with.
So I just got to point C and I realized I have no explosives.
Damn. Been there before. Matt Ani says, hey guys, is this all live or recorded? Just joined. This is live right now, which is why I'm able to say your name and respond to you. But don't worry, it'll also be recorded. Thank you for joining us today. I'm glad that you joined us. If you are unfamiliar, I'll introduce myself. My name is Michael Saruhas. I'm the community manager and voice actor for this game, Insurgency. These are our official weekly live streams we do every Saturday at 3 p.m. Eastern with a guest from Twitch, YouTube, the development team, or from the community. Today we have somebody from the community, a mod maker of this mod, the Tactical Rebalance Mod, which adds free aim like this when you're aiming down your sights. And his name is AndyBroski. And Andy, ow, I'm dead. Andy made this mod. It also adds a bunch of other different features, tweaked damage model, different armor types, different new weapons and attachments. Lots of cool stuff. So if you're interested in more content such as that, you can follow the channel. At the bottom left there's a button. You'll get an update whenever we stream. Again, it's every Saturday at 3 p.m. Eastern. But we also, I put all these up to YouTube, usually within 2 days. I might even make a highlight reel. I usually make a highlight video. So you can subscribe on YouTube and you can follow the Twitch channel for all that. Manani says, so you guys play this too? I'm literally downloading on Steam right now. Awesome. Oh, so you're a new player. Oh boy, we got a new member of the community here. What kind of shooters do you like, Ani? Any known bugs, issues people might have with this game? Yeah, there is one, there's a couple different issues in the current branch, minor things. If you alt-tab, then you might see, like, floating helmets appear around the screen. It also might happen if you're not alt-tabbed. Like, basically where a character dies, his helmet will stay and float. I believe that's been fixed on the beta branch. Good game. Cool. Now we can go to Sinjar
Nice
push.
Rip.
There's other than that, any bugs? There's some bullet penetration bugs that have also been fixed at the beta branch. So many instruments today. You want to change it to Sinjar?
Should be changing to right now.
Ani says BF4 mostly, but hitting it now causes so much rage. Yeah, don't worry, Insurgency is very different from Battlefield 4. And you can see from watching the stream. But now keep in mind what you're watching right now, Ani. This is a mod which adds some things and tweaks some other things. So this isn't the Insurgency experience you're going to get if you play regular Insurgency. But a big part of what Insurgency is a customizable, moddable experience. And that's what we're doing right now.
All right, so I equipped 2 or 3 smokes. 2 smokes. All right, let's see how this plays out.
Security forces are moving into this area.
Let's fucking rock.
Objective and prevent them
Excuse me, pardon me, excuse me.
Yo, Mikey!
Yo, what's up? Starkey, that was you at the trumpet, right? Is it a trumpet?
Yeah.
Oh, I love it, man. I hope you come back.
I'll try.
I'm gonna make it.
Oh, the back right.
Oh my gosh, please. They're wrecked.
Man, talk about Mikey getting wrecked.
People are asking when did Insurgency come out. Yeah, the mod came out in 2007. The standalone game came out in January of 2014, but went into early access like 8 or 9 months before that, in what I believe was March or April 2013. So, yeah, we were in early access for like 8 or 9 months of release, and all this stuff you're seeing, this is all like the new weapons, the new modes, the new maps, such as this one. This was added in June of last year, as well as workshop support and an update. All that content's free. So, since we released in January of 2014, we've added a ton of weapons and maps and modes and workshop support and all this good shit. And there's more to come. We're gonna expand our competitive matchmaking. We're gonna improve our AI. We're going to add Lua scripting, which should be good for people like AndyBroski here, making even cooler mods. And all kinds of good stuff. New maps too. Maybe some new weapons in the future. We'll see. You know. So there's more to come. So I'm happy, Ani, that you've made the switch. Well, that you're trying us out. I hope you like it. If you have any questions about the game, I'm right here. I'm happy to answer.
So taking A was particularly easy.
Yeah, but this was just one round. I couldn't even like get over there. They kept fucking rocking me.
I got there before they even got there. So probably because I'm not. Yeah, I'm really light. I'm taking a light load right now.
Cool.
Having a little bit lag, but not as bad as before. So this is all right.
Ani says, "Oh, you're a big streamer for Eve, and your girlfriend streamed Battlefield 4. Cool."
I would say for him, coming from Battlefield, a good jumping off point to treat this game like is treat it a bit more like a Battlefield hardcore mode, because I know in hardcore mode you die in like almost like 1-2 shots, so that's a good jumping off point.
I'm gonna hold lower B. For as long as...
I agree with that. Ani, you're gonna find that it's definitely like more of a greedy hardcore game. It's just the aesthetic, the audio, the voiceover, and the gameplay. Like, people die really quickly, and you gotta play the objective, and you make a difference as a player. Like, you will, basically, there's a low time to kill, so like, you sneak up into a base, you can pull a clutch-ass move, you can cap an objective, and save the team. Oh, and referring to sorry, I saw you asked a question
I need to reload. Reloading.
before. Where was it? Hold on, just scrolling. Do we have any discount codes? No, we don't have any discount codes right now. We do have sales regularly.
I'm going to
I'm real curious to hear what you think, Ani. Be sure to let us know. I'm looking at your Twitch profile now. Very cool. You should stream Insurgency. Once you get the hang. I love it.
Man, the iron sights are really bad.
You don't like the free aim iron sights?
I do.
I mean, they're pretty cool, but I'm not used to them, that's why.
Yeah, give them a it's different. Give them a chance. Yeah, it's interesting. It definitely makes it harder to get target.
They remind me of Squad.
Oh man, I can't even aim. Swing it or whatever.
give me a second. Reload.
Ani says, I'll stream this game after a couple games. Join you on Tuesday. Like, yeah, no, definitely. And hit us up on Twitter.
Oh shit, sorry.
Or yeah, give me a tweet or email me. I gotta like clear out some friends list space on Steam. Here, I'm gonna give you my email address in a second here. Fucking love that A10, dude.
Oh yeah, Mikey. To answer your question, I did know Miles Davis, but I don't remember any of it now.
Oh, okay, that's fine. I'm just so pleased that you're enriching my experience with some music.
No
What kind
problem.
of stuff do you like to play?
I play a lot of Chet Baker, Frank Sinatra. I play a mix of a lot of stuff.
Cool. Sinatra sounds interesting. Thank you, Ani, for sending me that email. Yeah, let's play together sometime. I'd be curious to hear what you think,
Sounds hot.
what you and your girlfriend think, being FPS gamers of Insurgency, and I'd be happy to give you some guidance. And I'd be more than happy to play with you guys as you stream, take questions from your viewers, and explain the game to them. Sun God Servant says jazz and guns. Sounds like there is a new T-shirt to be made.
They say when we get kills in this server.
I'm picturing like something sort of like Cowboy Bebop jazz, you know, set to Insurgency. You still there, Andy?
Uh-huh.
Cool.
I'm busy trying to take the point right now.
Yeah. I'm busy defending it.
I am top of the scoreboard at the moment.
Well, look at you, Andy.
I'm
Bo-
Mr. Fancy Pants right now.
Mr. Fancy Pants, top of the scoreboard. Can't shut up about it. Well, you made the mod, so I'll allow it.
Oh, I died.
Ani says you going to be playing long? We're probably gonna finish out this match and then we'll cut to a Q&A. But we could play again another time. Yeah, no problem.
If you want to play the mod, I think the IP is in the chat somewhere, but
Yeah,
I'll leave the server up.
Yeah, I'll put it in right. Yeah, I just put it in again. Again, Ani, just bear in mind what we're playing right now is a custom mod of Insurgency. It adjusts a lot of the fundamental mechanics, like the damage model and the friggin' ouch, and the free.
I think that was you.
I'm 0 and 9, dude. I'm not doing well tonight.
Oh, it's okay. It's really hard to talk and play at the same time. Trust me, I was answering the questions. All I did was spend my time in the in spawn, just pacing back and forth.
Well, my team's making this impossible.
No Shift Key asks, how do you install the mod again, or any links to the forums? All you gotta do is connect to that server IP that I just linked. Or
If you
can
want
subscribe
to,
to it.
yeah.
Yeah, if you want to direct download it, or you could subscribe to it on the Steam Workshop, and then connect to the server. You know, no worries. And people can host their own server with this, can't they?
100%. If they know how to make a custom theater work in their server, they can make this mod work on their server. Just have to drop the VPK. It's recommended that you subscribe to Workshop Mod just so you keep up to date.
Right, exactly.
What's up, faggots? I said, what's up, faggots?
The sky, for God's sake.
Guy.
Said it first.
I'm reloading here.
Oops, wrong person. Talking to someone else, my bad. Oh shit, I was getting spam. Why did he smoke the building?
They're in here.
Oh my god, they're in China!
They're downstairs. They're not upstairs.
Oh, I know, scared for a second.
They're crossing that little corridor.
I wonder, Andy, if the disconnecting the recoil from the screen would make aiming easier.
Yeah, I would probably make aiming a lot easier and make the guns feel a little more natural if you just instead apply the recoil to the view model or your gun itself instead of the screen.
Right. Yeah, and I wonder, again, like, as we were saying, like, maybe that's something we can do on our end. Or we can make, like, maybe you choose between the two, like, you could have it this way, or you could have it the other way.
I know you guys did it for the sway. You have you have a variable for the screen and the view model itself. So if you could do that similar to, if you could extend that functionality to recoil, I think it would be really, really good.
Right.
Oh my god.
I should join the band. So good.
Okay, I'm gonna try something crazy here.
What are you gonna try?
I'm gonna try no armor, M93R
I believe I can fly.
silencer and see what happens.
I believe I can touch the sky.
Think about it every night and day.
Was that Mike? That can't be Mike. Just was.
I believe I can soar.
Blue Drake sings the best. You can't be.
Well, he was trained in music, you know? He's a singer. Let's not let him take Alpha this time, boys. Ouch, my body.
Behind the car to my 12 o'clock.
Okay. Fuck. You know, another cool thing about the beta branch, speaking of proning on the ground, now you'll get pushed away.
Mikey,
You
are
won't,
they
like,
in that
clip through
room?
the wall. You'll only lay there if you fit. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I like that too. Makes things a little less buggy.
In my room. Wait, what?
Because I know a lot of people get their feet shot through walls. I've done it a couple of times too. I always felt dirty.
The enemy just took Alpha. Damn it, they took it. All right.
Yeah, it's gonna be cool.
Color the left side, it tends to get hot.
I've yet to
Yeah,
use
I'll
my
try to set
fancy
up
new
an MPA.
15-round magazine Makarov.
12.
Oh, sorry, yes, 12. Excuse me. Repellent Skate says Insurgency will be having future more weapons. Possibly. Right now, we're not working on new weapons. We're more focused on new maps, Lewis scripting, matchmaking, getting these maps in, the compass, different features like that. But maybe in the future, yeah, it's possible. Ted just says, that's half the reason I usually just crouch. I hate stuffing my legs in walls and getting them shut off. Yeah. Now, that'll still happen, like, to a small degree, even with the prone pushing, but it will happen much less. And this is helpful just because, like, look what I'm doing right now. Like, this is kind of lame, or, like, just
Cheesy.
yeah, it's kind of cheesy. The camera right now, this is another thing, the camera's located in my butt, so my face is, like, out there. You know, or whatever. That's also been fixed, thanks to Mr. Brightside. So just generally, like, it's going to be less gamey and cheesy. Like, you won't be able to fit into the little nooks. You're only going to be able to fit where your body fits, and your camera is going to represent where your actual, like, head is. So it'll remove, the term escapes me. The fucking, the corner, what's it called?
Corner camping. Corner camping. How about that?
Not just that. The, like, when you're popping up from cover. And
oh, I used to abuse this a lot. Where I could just like pop up from cover immediately, take a shot, and they can't see me.
Right, yeah,
That,
and you
yeah,
can
that
shoot
sort of
them.
thing?
I forget what, like, it's called head. What are the competitive players in the stream?
Head glitching.
Head glitching, yeah.
That's what they call it.
Head glitching. There you go.
I used to use that. I used to use that to abuse the shotguns.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, like, since, like, it usually kills in, like, one shot, I usually just pop up immediately and take a shot, and if I know they're standing in the same point, I just take a shot right away. So I, like, time it. I can't usually see my head because the animation is kind of desynced a bit. So, I'm glad you kind of fixed that.
We are actually redoing a lot of our third-person animations.
Yeah.
And, on that topic. And the shotgun is something that Brightside's looking at right now, actually. Third-person shotgun
It looks,
animations.
especially when you reload it, it looks like he's just stuffing a mag into it that it doesn't have. So, I guess he's working on that, the reload animation.
Of the third person, you mean?
Yeah, third person.
Yeah, correct, yes.
Yeah.
That's it's gonna be cool. He did a really great job with the AR-15s, the first-person M249, like all kinds of good stuff. Someone asks, don't forget to mention you work on Source TV and better video-making casting tools, because you are, right? Yeah, that's a part of our plans with the matchmaking. I can't say when or that will go in, or if it will go in with the matchmaking stuff, but that is stuff that we're working on. Jeez, I am 0 and 13. I'm sorry. Oh, Anarchist UK is actually in the, he's with us now. Ani is with us. Very cool. There we go, there's my kill. Crap.
Nice shot, Dev.
You didn't mean that.
Sorry about that.
You got a fan here, an omelet TV dinner. He's like, huh, what's up with the FOV? And I was like, oh, well, it's a custom mod. And he's like, please tell me more.
Yeah, a lot of people love the FOV changes.
Yeah, because they can see, like, you can just see everything. At the same time, though, especially with the free aim, it does make it really hard to shoot. Oh crap. Oh crap. Oh crap. Oh crap. Get in there. He's to the left or the right. On the left, right, who cares? Fall back. Ani says, wow, this game is hard. Yeah. Now, give yourself some time to learn. You know, there's a lot to... It's pretty easy to get the basic mechanics. Like, if you ever played a first-person shooter before, you're going to get it. But give yourself some time to get used to just, like, the quick time to kill, you would say. And aiming with the different weapons, learning the maps. You know, there's definitely a curve to it.
Yeah, a lot of people are wondering why I lowered the C4, and I did it as a tactical choice to make it more like a planted explosive. So if you notice you can't throw the C4 as far as you can in the vanilla Insurgency, is because I lowered the initial throw speed to be a little minuscule. You can still get some extra speed if you time your throw with a jump and a sprint, but other than that, you have to. It's not really like a grenade, I would say. Because I felt like a grenade in vanilla Insurgency, to me at least.
Right, right. Whoa, what was that guy doing? Where are they? One of our programmers asks, or says, I'm not sure why this mod didn't leave it to CLADS FOV scale. Yeah, you set it. You set like a set FOV on all these weapons.
Yeah, I changed. This is before you implemented that console command. That I changed every single weapon to not have any zoom when you initially look down sights, but then it does have zoom if you use focus.
Right.
So that was the whole mantra behind it. Yeah, it's deliberate.
Security need to be more aggressive. Someone's asking about the foregrip. The foregrip
reduces your free aim distance.
Right, right. You might want to answer in the chat. Nice. Honey Badger, the free aim that you're experiencing, this is free aim with ADS as well as not ADS. So it's going to move independently on your screen. That's what that means. This is just the mod.
One hell of a fucking mod.
Those bastards will look at We're defending Alpha.
Here they come. Yeah, focus is like more important to me now.
Yeah, if you
this
want
mod.
stability, you have to focus. I also increased the focus time by like up to 8 seconds if you're full stamina. You can just hold it for 8 straight seconds.
Okay, loading. All right, I'm going to load. Okay.
We got him on lockdown now.
Oh yeah, I see. This is really hard for my team.
Are you security?
Yes, I am. Alright, let's see if I can make something happen here.
I see Mr. Luxy says, "How you doing? Haven't been here for a long time." Hey, brother. Been doing well. I'm not sure when the last time you streamed has been. We've been streaming with, played with Gypsy a couple weeks ago. The custom weapon server. Oh, God. We're playing with AndyBroski right now. Tactical Rebalance, which adds free aim in the ADS. It also adds rework damage model. That's a grenade! Oh, God.
Did you just
Different
die?
armor types. Yeah, I fucking got blown up, dude. We also streamed with Pulling Our Tactical, a YouTube gun channel, last week. That was cool. They're fans of Insurgency. Santa's Dark Side says, "Is there a guide on how to use a controller for your game?" I don't believe so, but you can check the Steam guides. I don't think... I don't know of any weird issue. The reason... If you're referring to partial controller support, what that really means is, like, it doesn't work with the menu. Like, it still works. I believe in an earlier stream I spoke on that topic, but as far as I understand, partial just means, like, it won't work with the menu, but it will work with other stuff. I'm seeing their heads poking out. Oh, jeez. Yeah, as Steven Suarez says, you can't interact with the UI at all. Ooh, ouch. Kilo says, what I like most about this mod is that I can use the 2x and 3.2 times sights for CQB. Yeah, it's just like you were saying before.
It's really a different style, I would say. I kind of feel like I might be like devaluing those scopes in long range, but then again, you can always zoom in for focus. With the focus key.
It's true. You really, again, you're really stressing focus, I think.
Yeah.
The way
It's
you're doing
standing still and taking your shots
Right.
deliberately.
I'd be curious to see what would happen. And this is a pretty big thing, so I would urge you to do this with, like, heavy caution. I wonder what it would be like if you slowed down the movement speed just a bit. Like, you got all the stamina stuff. You did?
I did actually have it a lot worse when he came into Ministry.
Yeah.
It was like if you sprint for like 5 seconds straight, you get full stamina drain and you get that huge
oh god!
disgusting sweat. Yeah,
Water!
yeah.
Water! He just
Yeah,
runs for 5
exactly.
seconds, collapses onto himself.
So I kind of toned that down quite a bit, but I might play around with that concept a little more. Maybe just slow down the overall speed.
Yeah,
Instead
possibly.
of just slowing down the stamina.
Just
So
an
that
idea.
way, if you don't sprint for like 5 seconds and then all of a sudden your arms are like noodles.
I know Operator does it, so you have to be careful, not too much. Operator does it to an extreme, which works for them.
Indeed.
And with that, thank you, Starkey. Thanks for playing us out. We're actually I'm gonna disconnect
pleasure.
here, guys, and we're gonna go to the Twitch chat. We're gonna do a little bit of a Q&A. But this has been AndyBroski's Tactical Rebalance server. You guys are welcome to keep playing if you want. Server's gonna stay up, and check it out on the workshop. Give your feedback to AndyBroski, the creator, if you would like. So, thanks, guys, and take care. I'll see you in the Twitch chat if you have any questions.
Feedback.
For sure, absolutely.
This mod is awesome.
Really need that feedback. If any
Really
problems, just leave a comment, all right? And I'll take a look.
Alright.
Will do.
Take care. Alright, they're gonna do some
All right.
tell. We're gonna go to the menu. Let me just pull up my webcam for more personal effect. And so right now, guys, for people who are tuning in, my name is Michael Surhas. I'm the community manager and voice actor for Insurgency. I'm here with AndyBroski, who is one of our community members. He made this mod that we're checking out now, the Tactical Rebalance Mod, which you can see right now if you look at the main menu. Scroll down, you can see some of the features of a tweaked damage model, free aim and iron sights. You notice it's not connected to the middle of the screen. And, ooh, I just noticed an error in the news post, actually. I'll have to fix that. So, if you guys have any questions about regular Insurgency, or if you have any questions or feedback just in general about this mod, I saw a lot of guys in the chat were also playing. So what are your thoughts just generally speaking? I think that'll be the first question we can ask everybody. Anything you disliked or didn't like about the mod? My feedback would be just a suggestion. I'd be curious to see what adjustment of the movement speed might feel like.
Yeah,
that's
to
just,
keep
that's
in
just a
tune
thought.
with all the with the stress on focus. Yeah.
Yeah. And again,
And-
like, go on, yeah.
Oh yeah, go on. That's
I was
all
just gonna say,
really
I'm not saying that very strong. I just want to make that clear. I cite operators like an example, but they're going for a much more different thing. It should not be as slow as them. It would ruin the current maps that we have if you slowed them down too much.
Yeah, this
just
one,
like
this
an
one's
idea,
supposed to be
yeah.
like a rebalance of vanilla Insurgency, right?
Right,
It's
exactly.
not supposed to be its own thing.
Right. So if you guys have any questions about that, Kronos says, "Is it me or do you always wear the same clothes when you stream?" These are the only clothes I own. Next question. Dav says, "Pretty cool mod. Biggest problem was the lag. Took a while to get used to the aiming too." Yeah, the lag. Unfortunately, I don't believe we have an explanation for that right now. This
Yeah,
was
I
on
have
Andy's
no
server.
clue why that happened.
It
but
might have been
whatever.
an issue with the server itself because it hasn't. I've played it before with Andy a little bit, and it like didn't lag like that. Didn't appear to be related to player count. So, not sure about that. True Canadian says it was an amazing mod. Just need to get rid of the lag. Yeah. Well, that's a good sign if people are liking it. Aside from that,
All right. So
but
it's just a
Ani
server
points
problem.
out, yeah. Sly Spear agrees. Movement speed reduced. See how that feels. Yeah. Ani
Alright.
says, yeah, kind of strange playing a modded game. My very first go of the game ever. Yeah, and yeah, definitely try out regular Insurgency and let me know what you think, because like yeah, you're getting a weird experience by jumping right into a mod, right? This kind of
I do not recommend playing this mod before playing regular Insurgency.
right, yeah. So play regular Insurgency, see what you think. Play as far as recommendations go for you to start. It might be good to start out with Checkpoint. You mentioned your girlfriend plays Battlefield 4. Play co-op with her. Like Insurgency is a very like social game, you know, and Checkpoint and Hunt, Outpost, and Survival, like all our co-op modes are really fun to play with your buddies, and that's like, you know, that's one of the big things with first-person shooters is playing with your friends. So definitely try out the co-op, and then if you guys like Battlefield, then maybe Push feels really good. It's like pretty fast-paced, generally speaking,
Compared
but
to
still feels like
Battlefield?
Insurgency.
Compared to Battlefield, I would describe it more like Rush.
Exactly. Yeah. It's similar to Rush. You know, it's linear. You're capturing one objective at a time. You blow up the cache at the end. So it's cool. Kiabamba asks, just tuned in. Did the viewers just get a chance to test the mod? Yes, they did. Have you played the mod, Kiabamba? Because I'm with AndyBroski here. He's taking feedback, and we're just talking about the mod and how people received it. I'm gonna pull up the chat here on this screen. True Canadian says, I had no friends when I joined Insurgency. Now I have over 40 friends. There you go.
Welcome to the family.
Oh, no, the webcam's frozen. Hold on. You can hear me, right, Andy?
Perfectly fine.
Okay, cool. Yeah, something's wrong with my web camera. It's acting out.
Yeah. Everything's acting out today.
Yeah. Kiabamba says, fuck, too bad. Thanks for the answer, though. Yeah, no, I'm going to upload this stream onto YouTube, just like I do all the other ones, so no worries about that. You can feel free to watch it and check it out. And here, I'm going to get a link. I'm going to get a link to the mod itself in the chat. So again, like, you guys want to leave comments. Have you started a Steam group at all for this mod? Or have you just, are you just accepting feedback through the comments? Oh, people could post discussions on the actual workshop mod, can't they, Andy?
Yeah, you don't need to use the comment section though. Like, it's just quick for going back and forth. But if you want to start like a total discussion, there's a discussion tab in the workshop mod. You can tell me, oh, here's some things I would change, or here's some things I think you should look at again, and I could take that formally. It also gives you a large, it gives you the ability to format things, make it look all nice and pretty and organized.
Starkey says, great mod. I know I had fun. I'll definitely play again. Did you enjoy my music? Yes, Starkey, I very much did. We all did. That was good. I'm pleased.
Please do that in more streams. We need designated
come
trumpet
back
guy.
and play new music too. I look forward to seeing it all. Okay, the camera is like being a bit of a bitch. I remember the frame rate being better than this, but okay. Pinky says, can you say something about the new game of New World Interactive? I can only say that it is, we are working on a new project. In addition to working on...
Is it a shooter?
I can't say. I can say that we're working on Insurgency, right? We're still making stuff for Insurgency. Lua scripting, matchmaking, new AI, new maps, and more. But we're also working on a new project, and it's going to be on a new engine. But I can't say any more than that. So you can try, but I can't.
I see Kronos asked, he noticed that on the mod, the designated marksman has holo and one-time scope. They cost more than the 4-time scope, and if that's intended, that is intended. It's supposed to kind of push you to play your role more than just speccing out with whatever you want without any drawback, you know?
Right, exactly. You're making it so the classes matter more.
Yeah, the classes matter more.
Or they're more distinct, I guess. Is a better way to say.
More distinct than they are in regular vanilla Insurgency. There's less bleed over. Like, the sniper has access to the highest power scope in the game. Designated marksman doesn't. The sniper also has access to the only weapon that can kill in one shot anywhere above the legs, which is the sniper, the bolt action. The designated marksman doesn't. So, stuff like that.
I see another question here. Oh, from Zellstorm. What engine is it running on? Unreal? Source? Any others? Again, I can't say. I can tell you that the new project is on a new engine, and it exists. That's all I can really say. And we're gonna explain more. Like everything will become clear in the future. That's just all we're saying right now. Excuse me, I need a drink of water. I'm not sure what's going on with the camera. Does it look stuttery to anybody else? Because if it is, that is a concern of mine. Yeah, I don't know what the fuck's going on with it.
Oh well.
Yeah, it's fine. Ani says, I think you need to play a vanilla game before getting into mods. Yeah, no, again, dude, for sure. Check out Checkpoint. Check out Push, Firefight, and Skirmish. Those games really make Insurgency. Those modes really make Insurgency the kind of game that it is. The old-fashioned unplug the thing and then plug it back in. Yeah.
That seems to fix everything, doesn't it?
I hope. Doing this with one hand is difficult. All right, it works.
Perfect.
Cool. Yeah. Okay. Good. It's just all it's all magic, you know. Technology is just magic, and you know it has a spiritual element too. You know.
Yeah.
Clearly, I upset the webcam deity, and he struck me with a laggy webcam until I paid tribute, in that I unplugged it and plugged it back in.
100%. That's your sacrifice.
Chargrilled Awesome says, I always pictured you as a gruff, bad Marine with that voice. Yeah, I get that a lot. Any plans for a convoy-style mode? Think of Payload from TF2 or Vehicle Escort.
Use that
not
to make it with Lua scripting.
Yeah, no, I was just going to say not right now, officially at least, but with Lua scripting, one of the big things with Lua scripting, I think, like, is being able to make custom game modes. That'll probably be the biggest deal. Also, maybe a dark RP server, which, I don't know, Andy, if that's something that interests you, you know, we could talk.
Maybe, just maybe.
Because you're experienced with Gary's mod, right?
Yes.
Right.
I just might.
Yeah, I'd, you know, I could hook you up with the people you might need, you know, to get something like that working. And, like, as far as, like, stuff that would be fun for me to play, of course, but also to stream, that would be a lot of fun. I would have a lot of fun showing that to the community and saying, like, look, Insurgency is not just like a gritty, hardcore multiplayer shooter, but look at what you can do, you know. You can
roleplay as a baker.
I could be a baker. Do you want a baker? When I played in the Specialists roleplay way back, I was a diner owner. And being a diner owner, I had like a sawed-off shotgun underneath the counter.
In case someone tries to hold you up.
Yeah. And I don't know, it was fun. Like, I remember the families. I like to like sort of turn things on their head. So like everybody was always on edge and tried to get into gunfights, you know. And I remember once the two different mafia families like came by. They're like, "You gotta pay us your protection money, or else." And I was like, "Oh, okay." And I just gave it to them. And they're like, "Oh, well, good day, sir." And they just left. Like, that was it. Like, there was no cinematic gunfight. There was no, like, me getting beat up and, like, they're breaking all my tables and stuff. I was like, nope, here you go. And yeah, it's like, those little stories are great. They're really fun to stream, and it just goes to show you, like, how cool mod making is, you know? So
people must have thought you're a really uneventful person in that server.
Well, stuff still happened. Like, it was just, you know, it was like, I guess it was, like, kind of a more mature roleplay, you know? And I guess being an actor, like a voice actor for games and stuff, I really enjoy doing that sort of thing. And other more exciting stuff happened, but I also just like to play the role. And when you play a role, like, you're not just like a terrific badass. I was trying to be like a diner owner who like doesn't want to get shot or like get into trouble all the time. Guy Shez says, yeah. And so I'd look forward to that in Insurgency. That'd be super cool. Guy Shez says, played my first 5v5 match in Insurgency yesterday, and the tactics and coordination/communication amazed me. Truly a great game. Thank you, Guy Shez. That's really nice to hear. I'm glad that you got that experience from it.
Yeah, something really unique to Insurgency about that.
Yeah, we're really proud, and that competitive. I assume you mean like the official competitive playlist, but whether it's the official competitive playlist or like playing in one of our competitive leagues that you can read about right now, actually, here in this competitive update. No, we really do have something special, we feel. The way our objective-based gameplay works. We're going to expand on that. We're going to have a new UI, a new matchmaking system with 5v5 ranked matchmaking, and all kinds of different interesting stuff going with that. So if you like the comp as it is now, you'll like it even more as we develop it, because we got some really cool shit coming. Don't worry. I should also take this moment to point out that ESL is hosting its 16th 5v5 Community Cup tomorrow, which is August 23rd. Excuse me, I need a drink of water. It might be a little too late to sign up, but if guys like you, Gaishez, if you're interested in more structured competitive play, like with a team, or even just like pickup games, really, on different theaters, with different loadouts and stuff, you can check out ESL, you can check out DGL, and ANZ if you're an Oceanic player from Australia or New Zealand. But check out these links in the in-game news. The ESL has a Steam group related to all its affairs. They also have a couple pickup game groups. The pickup games are fun. You know, you'll join the groups, you'll get an announcement or an event thing. It'll pop up at the bottom right-hand corner of the screen, and it'll just say, "Hey, like we're having a pickup game. Join us in TeamSpeak." Everybody pops in. It's really casual. You'll meet some of the real badass players, and it's cool. They're also I should say, they're also very welcoming to new players. They're not all like badass players. I don't mean to say that. You'll just meet some of the cool competitive players, as well as players that are new to competitive.
They're always looking for more people. It's a very small sector of the community. So more people, the more the merrier.
Exactly. Yeah. Are you planning to tweak flash grenades? Asks Chuvak. I personally think it must have a little bit longer blinding effects, so flashbangs could be more useful. We've talked about tweaking that. Yeah, we're gonna see. We've discussed that before.
I've actually increased the blinding effect in my mod, too, just to put that out there.
I did notice that actually.
Yeah, a bit more jarring.
I just got to give a shout out to Insurgency for having the absolute best gunplay in any shooter I've ever played. Fantastic thing. Thank you. The gunplay does feel really fucking good, which is why I keep mentioning this roleplay server, because just think of how cool that would be if it was all on the line, like if it was that lethal, you know. It's gunplay on I think a lot of shooters don't get gunplay right, you know. It's because there's so many different elements to it, and in relation to the roleplay thing, like it's rare. I've never really played a roleplay server, never played a roleplay game before that had good gunplay to go with it, except for the specialists. So once we have mod making and people can tweak things, it'll get really interesting. Having custom game modes and stuff, you know. A big part of Insurgency is also the game modes, you know, and the way that we handle respawns and objectives and stuff. And when you get loose scripting and custom game modes in there, like, who knows what you can do, you know? It's interesting. Kialamba says, I have an important question regarding competitive. Are there any plans to integrate a punish system for players who continuously leave competitive games? In my opinion, this is the weakest point in Insurgency. Yeah, I understand what you're saying there. I'm not sure. We're still working out all the details of the competitive. But that could be a part of it. Like you'll lose rank if you leave a game early, you know, or if you fuck your team over in that way, like you won't like there'll be consequences, I guess. Not like we're not gonna ban people from playing, I don't think, like for a certain amount of time. I don't know, but yeah, we're gonna make it where like there's consequence to losing a game, there's consequence to leaving a game, you know.
Have you guys considered like implementing a system similar to how they do it in Counter-Strike Go?
Possibly, yeah. We want to have a competitive system similar to the competitive games out there, you know, where like again, it's a ladder, it's ranked. You do 5v5, you match up with your team. Like more details on that later. Like we're working on that right now. We're also working on like Embassy and Ministry and the Compass and New VO and all this other stuff too. So like it's all in due time. But yeah, like League of Legends or like CS:GO or like whatever competitive thing. That's the kind of stuff that we want to have. True Canadian Mike, you say moving to Bravo, please. It would make my day. Okay, I'm moving to Bravo. Zellstorm says, if you were to see a dark RP server made, what kind of environment would you like to play in? American city, Middle Eastern city, etc. In the specialists, which is my experience with like role play. It wasn't dark RP is like a Gary's Mod term, I believe, right, Andy?
Yeah, it's a dark art. That's
yeah.
Gary's Mod.
In the Specialist, it was just called like a role play server, and it had its own rules. It was a city called Mecklenburg, which I think was supposed to be like a Mecklenburg-Vorpommern is a German province, I think, a state, and I think it was supposed to be like a German city. I don't know. A European city would be cool. An American one. A Middle Eastern city with role play. Like I don't know.
Role
like
playing as a bunch of insurgents. You have security trying to keep order.
Yeah, they're just like
a group of rebels trying to rise up.
Yeah, wouldn't that be interesting? Like the security forces would basically be like the ISAF or the ISAF, the International Security Assistance Force. In, Iraq and Afghanistan or whatever. They'd be like walking around doing like kind of patrols, trying to meet civilians. I don't know. Like there's a lot of different things you can see. I'd like to see both. I'd like to see like a traditional like just like criminals, and then like a Middle Eastern role play one where it was like there'd be like gangs, I guess, but
role playing out what like Iraq and stuff like that.
Yeah, like an actual insurgency and an actual counterinsurgency operation role play. That'd be pretty cool. I don't know. I'd like to see both. The traditional like just like the city with the mob and the mayor and all that, because that's like that's tried and true, so to speak, but also like a Middle Eastern city one. I don't know. I'd say both. Chargirl also agrees. It would be great, especially if you took stuff from like Project Reality, like insurgents dropping their kits and you can't tell them from civilians. Yeah, I still have to do regular patrols. Yeah, who knows? Like, once we get this Lewis script again, and like once people really get down and dirty with it, they make a map dedicated to it. They make a jail cell for people to go to jail with. You can use that prop now. If you get on the beta branch, you check out Market Charlie. There's now like a jail cell. There's no door for it, so you might have to make your own door. But there is now a jail cell that can be used, which would be pretty cool. I believe it's a prop that can be reused. How close is the new ministry map to being released officially? No word on that. We're working on a bunch of things. We're not just working on a new ministry map. We're working on embassy. We're working on the prone push stuff and the camera adjustment. We're working on getting a new compass in and a new radio and new voiceover to go with all that. There's a lot of different stuff coming. So it's not just the new ministry, and we got to make sure it's all squared away and good to go. He says getting some lag on the game now. Score so far is 6-10. It's not bad for just starting out, really. As far as why you're lagging, I'm not sure. Maybe you need to play on a European server. Haters Pick says, where can I report a bug? Let me get a link for you. You can post the bug here, or as Kronos says, you can post it in the beta branch bunch. I don't know what your bug is, but you should opt into the beta branch. And the details on how to do that are in this link. And see if that bug happens on the beta branch, because we might have already fixed it. The beta branch is what's going to become the public. Like, beta branch becomes the full one. People would ask, what's up with the compass? We're adding a compass, and it has, like, voiceover callouts associated with it in different cardinal directions. So now you won't be able to spot enemy, and like the red brackets will pop up. That's not going to happen anymore. Now it's just going to be, you'll see like a red indicator on the compass that says there's an enemy to the northeast, which is less gamey, and like the spotting thing wasn't really working properly. We weren't really pleased with it.
It was pretty cheesy. Like you could.
Yeah, it was gamey.
You could spot people through like foliage, and then I know he's there.
Right, and you could like not see a guy and then hit the spot button and then like, I guess there was a guy there. It happens in Battlefield, like everybody does it,
Yeah.
And let's just be real with each other. What's that?
They call it shooting at the Doritos because it's little red triangles.
Really?
Yeah.
And you can even see, I know in Battlefield, like in the map, you can see the direction they're facing, and that's fine. Like, but that's like too gamey for what Insurgency is. So the compass is awesome, and I'm personally proud of like how the voiceover came out. I think you guys.
Yeah, they sound really immersive, honestly. It's really nice.
And with like this is another important point. With the new radio menu, there's now suppressed versions of all that dialogue. So your guy might say enemy to the northeast, or if he's suppressed, he'll just scream east, east, east. Like he'll get stressed. So That used to only be with the response rules, where you have suppressed and unsuppressed versions. Now you have it with the radio.
Nice.
Chronos asks, is there beta testing later? Not today, but maybe this week. Probably this week, I would say. We had a PvP test 2 days ago, on Thursday, yeah. And it came out good. Got some good information. Any other questions, though, guys, before we wrap things up? Are you guys going to keep objective markers with the compass? Are you guys going to place the objective markers on the compass with, like, flares or smokes? We're going to keep the floating objective markers, yeah. Yeah, as of right now, that's something we plan on doing. We're playing with something on the beta branch right now where you only see objective capture progress, like in the dock at the bottom. And it'll, like, you'll see the progress, so it doesn't have this big button that just pops up in front of you when you're trying to, like, look around and see enemies. We're playing with it, you know. We're not sure yet, but whatever we do, like, we want to keep it pretty minimal, but we're still going to have, like, for example, yeah, as of now, we're going to have the floating objective icons, like, out in the distance. So when you spawn, you can look and say, like, oh, Bravo's over that way, and it's 60 meters away. You know, I can see the number, and that should be toggleable. What do you look for the most in a community map, asks Zellstorm. Are they ever implemented fully in the game? Well, yeah, we had a map contest. Station and Tell were community maps, you know. We put those in game officially as a result of the contest. We want to put more in. Embassy, the one that we're putting in right now, was also a contest map. We changed it. We changed all 3 of these maps, but we want to put in the other ones from the contest too, which were all community made. Dry Canal, Candigal, and Depot. You know, we want to put those in too. It's just a matter of, like, talking to the creators and, like, you know, putting the resources toward it.
Oh, you guys are gonna add more maps past Embassy?
Yeah, that's our plan as of now. I can't say which one we're gonna do next or, like, when it'll come in, but we do want to add more of those because they're awesome. Like, they're really good maps. Yeah. And we want to see more.
My favorite personally was Depot. I really liked it.
What did you like about Subway?
I really liked the subway, the underground section, and the fact that, like, out of all the maps, I felt that one was, like, more artistically consistent with Insurgency styles than the other ones.
Mm.
So, at least when it came out, I know you guys have made some changes to how Embassy looks, so it looks more like a broad in line with more of the other Insurgency maps. So I really like how it looks right now.
Right.
Especially the paintings hung up everywhere. Really
nice. The paintings are great. And we put in some cool soundscape stuff. Now a warning plays on the speakers.
Yeah, I
telling
heard
everybody
that too.
to evacuate and to not use elevators. Very cool stuff. I did the voice for that.
You did the voice? Do it right now. Do it right
now. I can't, because it's all filtered out.
Oh, all right.
I forget the line.
I did not. I thought, like, oh, did they get a new voice guy? That doesn't sound like
really
Mike at
good.
all. Yeah.
Do not use elevators. Repeat. Do not use elevators.
Yeah, I see. The filter kind of removed that rumble.
Trying to enunciate a lot was because it was supposed to be sort of like the 60s and 70s, like, warnings, that capturing that kind of tone. So I made it really crackly, and the guy enunciated a lot whenever he spoke, and you know, it was like an outdated warning message because the embassy's fucking under attack, so they're playing.
Definitely.
And then the alarm blares at the end, which is cool. But yeah, Depot is cool, and I know what you mean. It's like kind of like District, I guess, visually.
Yeah.
And that does fit with our aesthetic. Officer Goose asks, so is this game worth the buy? How's the gunplay, Sim versus Arcade? I guess it's somewhere in between, you know. It's not Arma, but it's certainly not Counter-Strike, right?
I like
somewhere nice in between. It's like Red Orchestra, I guess.
Yeah, sort of like Red Orchestra. I mean, minus the free aim and ADS, but my mod does that. Just putting that plug in there.
Goose says, looks like CS shooting. It's definitely not like CS shooting. It's very different from CS shooting. CS doesn't have iron sights. We have iron sights. CS has all these weird bullet patterns. We don't really have bullet patterns. CS, you have to shoot a guy a bunch of times to kill him, and you see your health and stuff. In Insurgency, you shoot a guy like 1 or 2 times and he's dead. What we've been playing today is one of the mods for Insurgency, the Tactical Rebalance Mod, with AndyBroski, its creator. Insurgency has a really robust modding community, both for like visual cosmetic mods, weapon replacements, and different custom maps. All free, all of which is free. You can get it off the workshop. And we also have modders like AndyBroski who make like different game rule changes, I guess you could say, mechanical changes.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, it's $15. So if you're
It's an
willing
absolute steal.
if you're willing to give up 2 expensive sandwiches in your life, you can try Insurgency. And you get everything. You beta test with us. You play all the PvP and co-op modes now and forever. We don't charge for our DLC. Check out everything on the workshop, over 4,000 items. It's pretty good. But I'm biased, I guess. So, but I think you'll be pleased. If you like shooters, you should definitely at least try it. It's different. Goose says, sweet, thanks for the answer. I have $20 in my Steam wallet that's been sitting there for a while. Yeah, put it toward Insurgency. And I do, just to introduce myself to you, Goose, since I can see you're a new player. My name is Michael Saruhas. I'm the community manager and voice actor for the game. I've been streaming today with AndyBroski, the creator of this Tactical Rebalance mod. And we do these streams every weekend. Saturdays, 3 p.m. Eastern. If you follow it, you follow the Twitch channel, you get an update whenever we stream. I also upload them to YouTube if you ever want to watch some of the old ones. Our YouTube channel is below if you scroll down. I stream with Twitch streamers, YouTubers, community mod makers, and developers as guests. So yeah, feel free to tune in next time. And I always take questions. I always do a Q&A period at the end here, taking questions people have about the game. Slice Beer asks, when will the next community contest be held? And I know Zellstorm, I think, was also asking about that. No word on that yet. We might have another one. And, we'll see. You'll definitely hear about it. Awesome. Nice to meet you. I'm a new streamer, and it's always nice to meet a community manager who gives a shit. Well, yes. We definitely give a shit. It's no bullshit. We as a team, I mean, we made a game that we wanted to play and that we wanted to see other people do stuff with. Again, which is why Andy's here and why I'm streaming with Andy, because he did something cool, and I wanted to show that to all of you, and I wanted to enjoy it myself. That's what Insurgency is all about, I have over 666 hours. Our creative director has over, I think he just hit like 1,700 actually this week.
Ooh.
So
I just passed like 1,200 right now.
Really nice. Yeah, we fucking play our game, dude. Yeah. So okay, guys, if that's all the questions that we have, I do have to get going now. Andy.
All right.
Thank you so much again for streaming with us today.
Thank you for choosing me.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. Definitely. Oh, yeah. All right.
My fucking microphone killed itself. Ugh. Okay, sorry. I don't know how long that was muted. Basically, I'm just saying thank you to Andy for everything he's been doing. Andy, you and I, we will be in touch about what stuff you need. Link me to that beta branch post. Also,
no problem.
I'll give you Brightside's Steam profile. You can add him, and he can talk to you about like that PKM model and some of the other ones, which we were discussing before. So, again, guys, thank you very much, everybody, for tuning in today. We'll be doing it again next week at 3 p.m. Eastern. So, ta-ta.